Jest pan aresztowany.
You know, in my job, you need to find out where people are, what an address is. I doxed him. What are you gonna do about it?
I don't know. His dox is in the hands of dangerous people. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the After Hours. My name is Augie RFC, as you probably should know by now. Augie, shut the fuck up and get into the stories. Well, fair enough.
He said he just said he doxes people all the time. I mean, he doxed Clown when he was AFK for the internet for a week, so...
Everyone gets a day, but for some reason the aunties get a whole week. What is this?
What do you mean fund it? Represent yourself.
One of the first things that you said in one of your first videos was that you were talking to someone called Becky Boot.
Becky fucking Boot!
Sorry, dude. She's a cunt for that. Your girlfriend's a cunt, dude. That's just dumb.
Anyway.
While we're waiting for him to unmute or whatever, can I just say that this fucking show needs better branding? It looks so fucking ugly.
You need to put that dog down, dude.
I don't think he has to put it down.
Jesus!
That motherfucking there.
Did they pull out the cord? What the hell happened?
Dude, I will say, in comparison to like exposing fucking Susie Liu to exposing Keemstar, that fucking guy is just leagues above in terms of assholery and like holy fucking shit. Yeah, but you said you had the intent to harass Just Destiny, so wouldn't that make your dox illegal?
I said that I wanted to harass him, but like,
He never said he never said
That's intent. That's the same as that means intent, G.
Oh, whatever. I guess I'm guilty.
Yeah, because all they have is inside your fucking ass.
I'm here to date your 6-year-old.
No.
Welcome everybody to RFC After Hours episode number 163. My name is Augie RFC and welcome to the Friday Weekender show. Let's hit it strong, boys. Strong for the end of the week. We finally made it. It's Friday. It's time to just chill out and relax. Although it's not time yet because first I have to, get through the show. But for you guys, it's time to relax. For me, I still got one more thing to do. One more task to check off the list before I join you guys in some relaxation for the weekend. It's going to be a fun one. It's going to be, we're not quite as, jam-packed as, the year has started. We're on January 10th now, 10 days into the new year, the new decade. And, things have definitely happened in, you know, the real world, but on our small, you know, kind of collected sort of Twitter, YouTube world or whatever, things have been mostly quiet, mostly peaceful, which on one hand I can, you know, kind of look at it and be like, all right, you know, ease myself into the year. But on the other hand, I feel like now I'm at the point where, okay, I'm used to this again, you know, now I'm ready for some actual serious shit that makes me like freak out in the middle of the night as I prepare for the next show, you know, for the next crazy interview or something. I don't know, I'm just kind of feeling that urge inside of me, you know, like those feelings that I would feel during like the NCO drama, where like the entire night before my next show, like I would think like I'd run over my questions from my interview and stuff, and I'd be like, ooh, I better not fuck this up, you know? Like, I don't know, the thrill of the ride is it's not fun during it, but afterwards you can kind of look back and be like, you know, that was kind of exciting, you know? I'm all for like the thrills in life, you know? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen again. I don't know. Like a drama that intense, I feel like well, maybe it will, but if it does happen again, I think we'll be able to handle it better. But like, I don't know.
Never say never. But I was talking about this last night, you know, with the boys in the chat, and we were kind of talking about, you know, we had like a lot of major stories last year, not like from back to back, but like, you know, there would be like a season where it's like really active for like a month, and then there'd be some quiet period, and then there'd be like another big story. Like last year, it was, you know, the Suzy Liu thing that was massive for us, that kind of put us on the map to begin with. Then, of course, there was the Keemstar NCO drama. Then, of course, there was later on I'm Alex, and then Zapta and all this stuff. You know, there was a lot of quiet time last year, but there was like little like segments of like really like busy stuff. And you know, for the viewer, it was just exciting. It was like, oh, this is great. But for me, you know, it was exciting, but like there was a shitload of stress, like too much stress. Like you think like this dumb YouTube thing is just like, whatever. But during those times, like when I'd like bring people on for interviews, and I'd like have these shows where like Keemstar's pushing me on one end, and then I got other people like, you know, pulling on me from another end and stuff like that. I don't know. It was thrilling, to say the least.
Dude, it was full throttle from like the beginning of 2019 to basically the summer of 2019, minus June. June was slow, but every other month, at least for me, was really, really hectic. And like, yeah, I 100% relate to the stress thing, because there were 2 times, I think it was specifically in January and July, where like behind the scenes, like I was fucking melted down, dude. Like that shit was like crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Like of stress, like I was just really overwhelmed with stress.
Yeah,
but yeah, I haven't
gotten to
crazy.
a point like that yet this year. But I don't know. I'm starting to wonder like if the days of that are over. And I say like the days.
Yeah,
like,
it's been a while. I mean, the last time it really happened was I'm Alex. That was July. August it was really quiet.
Zapta kind of like brought it back for a little bit, but after that it was only it only lasts for like a week or whatever, if that long. If I remember.
Zapta was like a small thing, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It was kind of
I don't know. Like, what do you want? I guess you already said you want that to happen again, but
in a way, like I'm kind of feeling
so many
like
downsides to it.
you know,
I don't know.
It's been 10 days or something. You know, for the most part, I've been making videos, doing streams or whatever. Now I'm used to it. Now I'm back in the groove. Now I'm ready to like hit it back full force. Like, let's get it. Like, you know.
I like having little arcs and little fights, but
yeah,
I don't know if I'd want it to be like as intense as it had got with like Alex or Pokimane, or what else was there? Instagram Wake Up. Those were all like a little too much. I feel like the Suzy Liu one was fine, because it was like,
that was just,
I don't know,
fun.
it was pretty like
that just happened all on its own. Like I basically because with the Suzy Liu thing, like people were bringing this up to me for like a week prior to it actually happening on the channel, and I was like, this is kind of boring, this kind of cringe or whatever. And then I was like, you know what? Fine, I'll talk about it for a few minutes. And then Keemstar shows up, and then her boyfriend shows up, and then Nick and Tipster and everybody shows up. And then, like, you know, we all know what happened then. The rest is history, but yeah.
Yeah. 2019 was crazy. I can't see 2020 being just as hectic.
It was
like I feel like that's way too high of a standard.
2016 days, like everybody wants that to happen again. And in a way, at least if you followed people like us, you know, people like Diorio, Tommy, or whatever. Like if you followed us, like it kind of was like a little bit, or not like the entire year, but like little moments kind of felt like, yeah, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, 2019 in a lot of ways for me was kind of like, I guess like a fever dream or a pipe dream or some shit, because
we're
like
also like complete like virgins on YouTube too. Like,
yeah.
We both got our start like last year, and I'm still like, you know.
Yeah, because
I'm still like looking for the start.
Yeah. Because I don't know if you can relate to what I'm about to say, but like in 2018 and before, we were like very avid viewers of commentary, and people like Turkey
now I
Tom.
don't give a shit.
We know people like Tommy C. All these like characters, right? But you're not in it. You're just a viewer, and then all of a sudden you just get plopped out of your viewer position and just plopped into this world with all these crazy characters that you've been watching for so long. It's like Sonic Forces, you know, where you're like you're playing as like Sonic or whatever, and then you get to create this like fan character and plop him into the game, you know. That's you.
Hey,
that's a really stupid comparison.
I was not. Listen, you're kind of hitting me like, you know, I was not ready for that. Let's just say it that way. Both Max just went full autism. You create.
It's like I'm talking about commentary, and all of a sudden, like it's like that Sonic game, dude.
What the fuck are you even talking about right now? I don't know about that. But
okay, maybe minus the Sonic analogy. You know what I'm saying?
Let's just leave it at that.
Okay.
Welcome to the show, everyone. To get 100 people off the bat. We're live on YouTube, D-Live, Periscope right now. Welcome, everybody, to the show. It's going to be a fun episode today. We're going to be going over a lot of Twitter cringe, a lot of fun stuff. You know, a little bit of a recurring cast here with the quartering. You know, I don't want to make it, like, repetitive, like, oh, boy, another quartering stream. This is mostly going to be more about the fans, although another YouTuber, 8 Thoughts, did do a video on him that I have loaded up in the queue ready to go if we want to take a look at that. So apparently quartering is up to some stuff. I haven't had a chance to take a look at the video yet. I was busy doing other things, so we'll take a look at that. We got some small commentator cringe. We got some stuff in the backlog. Just kind of enough material to carry me, you know, through the 2 hours. I do want to end strictly at 8:30, which is our normal time anyway, but the reason why I specify that is because there is some fun events going on. The kill stream tonight, they're doing Destiny versus Mike Enoch, so I definitely want to make sure that I'm done at that time, because kill stream goes on right after the time when I'm usually finished, so I want to be done so I can, you know, grab some front row seats to that event, because it's going to be exciting over there.
Who the hell is Mike Enoch?
I'm not too familiar with him. I think he's some alright dude. I don't know, but hey, listen, anytime Destiny's going on the kill stream, it's like a fire episode. So
yeah, dude, I can't wait for him to talk at like 1,000,000 miles per hour.
Oh my god,
it's gonna be so fun.
It's gonna be. I don't even know what the topic is. That's the worst part. I don't even know what they're fighting about, but I know it's gonna be like autistic as hell. Which
I'm sure
is
it's gonna be
thing.
great. Like I don't agree with everything Destiny says, but like he's entertaining to listen to. He's so entertaining to listen to.
I love Destiny streams. I love his content, and I'm not ashamed to admit that either.
No.
Like
and he's smart too. Like the things he does believe in and stuff. Like maybe it's not the same things I believe in all the time, but like it's he's very grounded. I think he's very consistent. He doesn't grift or anything like that.
That's true. I mean, he did have a fight with all those like buddies of his over the N-word. Like,
yeah.
Look, Destiny is not like. Everybody in that whole community kind of went further left, as we're going to see in a moment when we take a look at all these fucking commies in our fucking mentions. But Destiny did not, like, shift there because he had to for his career. It would have benefited his career. But he was like, no, I will say the N-word, and you're not gonna take that right away from me. I will say the gamer word whenever I want. So, I mean, you got to respect consistency at least, you know?
Yeah, he's been consistent.
I mean, Destiny says some weird shit sometimes. Like, don't get me wrong. He says some wild stuff, but, like, hey... It's consistent, and he is entertaining, so that's all I'm really here for, you know? People think I got, like, a major, like, stake in the game or whatever, like, I'm super, like, politically involved. For the most part, you know, there's some things I care about, but for the most part, I'm just here for the show, you know? Like, I just enjoy looking at my Twitter timeline, seeing some crazy shit. Like, some people today were going on my Twitter feed or something, and I was arguing with them. I did a lot of Twitter arguing today, but I was arguing with some specific people that we're going to take a look at in just a moment, but... Basically, I pissed them off so hard, they started looking through, like, who I was following to try to, like, tie me to some alt-right conspiracy or something. And I was like, you guys think I, like, follow these people because, like, I agree with everything? Dude, I follow anybody who's entertaining, whether you're all the way over there, all the way over here. I don't give a shit, all right? I'm just here for the show, so... It was kind of funny on Twitter today. I think I got into a little too much Twitter autism, but I can't help it. It's fun. It's entertaining. so I can't. Sometimes
says the same guy who shits on Twitter all the fucking time.
Yeah,
now you understand, bitch.
Yeah, but if it got taken away from me, I'm not gonna like cry about it. I'm just like, oh, whatever. But
yeah,
while I'm here, I might as well, enjoy it.
Dude, I fucking love Twitter. It's so fun.
I like
Twitter
what
a lot.
I like how I use Twitter, which is not how you're supposed to use Twitter. And
I feel like we use Twitter in similar ways. I mean, yeah. Although
I use it for promo, sell my product or whatever. But I also use it to just call people retards, which I do enjoy. Which you're technically not allowed to do, but I get away with it anyway. It's not like anybody reports me.
I love making
they will
these
eventually, but as for now, they don't report me, so I might as well get away with it while I still can.
I like making these like perfect tweets that you can frame where I say like, "Hey, if you don't like billionaires, you're anti-diversity." I think that's.
Dude, you know what's the best part of that is? You know what the best part? Like, so we went over that tweet by that Nerd Skull guy.
Yeah.
We talked about it on Wednesday, I believe, and when we talked about it, it had 2,000 likes. And while we were talking about it, it was like the likes were like going up in numbers while we were discussing it. After the show, 6 hours later, it was like midnight or something. I just go on Twitter. I look back at the same tweet. It went from 2,000 to 4,000 in just 6 hours. Like, it had doubled in size in that short amount of time. And then I go on Twitter today, and I see somebody else made the same tweet, and it got 5,000 likes itself. So it's just like, where are these people coming from, dude? You've, like, managed to piss off the crowd so many times. They're making the same tweet and getting, like new likes. Like, all in all, if you add it up, 10,000 likes, 10,000 communists saw Bo Black's tweet, and we're just like, we gotta take them down, we gotta fuck them up.
I've got some very colorful characters in my mentions, let me tell you. Like, the amount of people with communist signs in their names,
rainbow.
Their fucking bios, their banners, their icons.
What the hell is going on? What is this noise? Oh,
dude, Patreon.
Johnny Big Balls tossing 5 on the Patreon. You're gonna enjoy that pledge because coming out this Sunday, the bonus show is gonna be going up. It was supposed to go up last Sunday, but fuck it, I got sick. All right, don't blame me. It's going up this Sunday, but we'll talk. We'll do all the shills for that later. I kind of want to get into this right now.
That's a rare RFC alert right there.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell is this noise? I'm used to hearing this one.
So infrequent, dude.
Oh man, so hopefully soon it'll be a little more frequent. Who knows? Listen, streamlabs.com/RFC. Want to support the show? Super chat stickers are open. Teespring.com//AuggyRFC. Want to buy yourself a mug? Patreon, of course, is open where you can listen to the bonus show. I think we haven't decided on a name yet, but that's what the first episode is about, is picking a name for the podcast. So you pledge $5, you get to listen to it. Otherwise, it will come out for free next Thursday on my backup channel, RFC Media. I think we're gonna call it the Chadcast, which is like, it's an ironic name. Don't worry, all right. Like, before you guys flip your shit, it's a funny meme name. But I think we're gonna go with Chadcast because we both decided that was a pretty funny name for it.
Bo Black's got the commie Illuminati after him.
Yeah, no kidding, no fucking kidding. Anyway, stay tuned on Patreon, RFC Media, YouTube.
The question about the Patreon podcast is, am I gonna be able to listen to it for free, or are you gonna Jew out? I have to send over to Shuckles.
Yeah. I mean, fuck. I mean, fuck it.
Do you really want the money, dude?
Dude, it's not about the money. It's about the principle. Like, I let you get it for free, but I make everybody else pay. All right? No, I'm just fucking around. I'll send it for free. I don't care.
What's the? By the way, like, what's the tier? Like, what's the minimum tier to get this? Because you haven't listed on your Patreon yet.
Yeah, I still need to go through the Patreon. I think I might change the name from Augie RFC too, so it's more like it's for the show. So anyway, I don't know. I'll figure that out later. It's gonna be $5 to listen to, which I don't think is $5 a month. That's not unreasonable. I don't think
$5 a month for 4 shows.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting like, each show is gonna be about 30 minutes long. That's 2 hours of 2 hours of entertainment a month for $5. That doesn't seem too bad to me. So it's whatever.
Yeah, dude. No, it's ridiculous. It's the million ads you have on your fucking...
Shut the fuck up. I'm trying to be low-key on that. Every day I get a new comment, like, what's with the ads, bro? Like, listen, I went through an entire year with literally no ads on my channel, right? Cut me some slack over here. I think I had it set to, I think I had, like, a program set it to do, like, an ad every, like, 5 minutes, which the normal on YouTube is actually an ad every 3 minutes. So I'm being, like, less Jewish than everybody else, but I still get called out. Everybody's like, whoa, dude, the ads are so insane. And I'm just like, think about it like realistically, all right? Last Wednesday, we did a podcast that's 3 hours long, and that's an ad every 5 minutes, all right? I could have done 3 minutes, which is the standard, but I did 5 minutes, all right? So it's not that bad. And either way, you know, how do you not have ad blocker? Not that I'm condoning it, all right? Not that I want you to have ad blocker.
Okay,
but
stop
let's be
talking.
realistic
Disavow.
Yeah, but look, let's just be
I need money.
realistic here.
No,
Everybody has fucking ad blocker, all right? You're still sitting here complaining about ads. Like, come on now. The only website that doesn't work on is like Twitch, where you get to watch the fucking Coca-Cola ad every 3,000 times.
I hate Twitch ads.
Twitch ads are ass.
Like, with YouTube, it's a video, right? So, like, if an ad plays, you're not missing anything. But with a live stream, sometimes, like, what if your friend is watching something and you're like, oh my god, something crazy is happening. You click on it, you have to watch an ad. By the time the ad's over, the moment is over. It's like, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. So everybody,
and they're really long.
Listen, everybody who's sitting there complaining about ads, suck my dick, all right? You don't tell me what to do. I'm giving you a favor. I'm actually doing you a favor here, all right? Let me make some shekels too, all right? I gotta get paid, all right?
It's just really funny because on the timeline, I know it's like 3 hours, so it's just like normal ad breaks, realistically. But on the timeline, since it's all like condensed down into a 3 hour timeline, it just looks like a bunch of fucking yellow dots and looks like
everybody's like, oh,
it's so funny.
If it was a video that was 10 minutes long and it had 3 ads in there, nobody would give a shit, all right? But because it's a 3 hour podcast and it's got you know they see the quantity. They don't realize that makes sense.
Yeah, it's just really funny.
Whatever. Maybe
also, I like the screenshot that Nick got where only 3 ads popped up for him, and then there was a comment that's like, "Whoa, that's a lot of ads." I posted it on my Twitter, and quite a few people.
Let me pull that one up.
One of the few tweets that people like on my Twitter apparently nowadays.
You don't get like, oh yeah, I see what you said.
Because the commies are after me. And the Sonic fans. I also made a tweet like, I think last week where I said, wouldn't it be crazy if Sega made a good Sonic game and all the Sonic fans went fucking apeshit all over that?
How did they find it? Do they like know you by name now? You're like
No, someone screenshotted it. It's the same thing as the commie thing where someone screenshotted it and then posted it and had like a bunch more followers.
Nice.
Yeah, big Sonic fan.
Fucking which is worse though? Like the Sonic fans or the communists?
Well, the commie ones have gotten bigger, so it's definitely like a bigger backlash, and they're more annoying. But like on an
individual basis, like
on an individual level, probably the commies, honestly.
Like they're like,
but a lot of them just call me bootlicker though, so I don't know.
See, it's like a double standard, right? Because like, or not a double standard. What am I talking about? It's a different like dynamic. Right, because you got the Sonic fan, who's, you know, mostly innocent or whatever. I mean, some of them are fucking pedophiles, some of them are diapers, you know, that. But, like, most of the Sonic fans are just cringe lords or whatever, so you can laugh at them. It's harmless, it's whatever. But then you have, like, the commies who get, like, way too fucking, like, angry and shit. Like, they're, like, so fucking bitter and shit. Like, they're like, fuck you, fascist bootlicker. And I'm just like, all right, buddy, fucking calm the brakes. It's not that fucking serious. Chill the fuck out.
It's crazy.
Anyway, this is a funny comment I saw on Twitter right here. Boblax threw this one up. Somebody commented, Jesus Christ, dude, these ad breaks are out of control. And the funny part is...
out of control.
It was on a demonetized episode. Now, I think the way it works is that for some people, like, the ad bar is full. But then for other people, they get, like, limited ads. I'm assuming, because I doubt, like, this guy saw 3 ads and like, flipped his shit. He probably saw the full thing. But from Nick's perspective, who took the screenshot, there was only, like, 3 ads. So the comment was just like... whoa, dude, chill. And the ads are like placed like several like there's like a good amount of time before you hit an ad too. It's like the first like 20 minutes is ad free. So I don't know.
It's so funny. I love it.
People are gonna call me fucking Jewish or whatever. I don't give a shit. All right, fucking let me make my money. All right, I swear to God, just let a man chill. All right. Nobody else has to deal with all this harassment, all this hate on the internet.
Maybe if more of you guys pledge to the Patreon, there'd be less fucking ads. Dude, that should be your Patreon.
Like that. You still get ads if you pledge to the Patreon.
Dude, that should be your Patreon goal, where it's like, oh, if I hit $100 a month, 1 less ad break in the After Hours episodes. A stretch goal.
So fucking bad.
That'd be so cringe. I'd love it.
Oh my god. Patreon.com/RFC, RFC Media. Hit up the source. We're gonna be doing the Chatcast launching this Sunday, and then later for free on Thursday, both at noon CST.
I like the beta cast.
What do you mean, dude? The fucking chat. Dude, our first episode, we did the first episode last Sunday. I was sick as hell. All right, and that's the reason why it didn't come out last Sunday, because I was sick and I overslept, and then I just got busy and shit. So it's whatever. But when we recorded it, I was sick as hell. I was like dead inside. So what happened was last week, the entire week, like Ben is like, surprisingly enough, Ben's the one who actually takes the initiative in this podcast, whereas I'm the guy who does everything for After Hours. Ben's really surprisingly, to my surprise, has taken the initiative. So Ben's like, come on, we got to do this podcast. Thursday night happens, we don't do it. Friday night happens, we don't do it. It's Saturday night, the last day we can record. I'm sitting there sick as hell at a restaurant, like wanting to kill myself. I get a text or something, and he's like, dude, podcast. And I'm like, oh, fuck's sake. Because all I can think of at the restaurant is going to sleep, because I feel like shit. So I show up, like, it's like 2 hours later, I'm back home or whatever. I'm sitting there in a call with him. He's like, all right, give me 1 minute, all right, and then we'll do the podcast. So I sit there, I think I watched like an old like kill stream or whatever while I wait, and an hour passed, and he came back, and I'm just sitting there, like, I'm literally, like, for the past 30 minutes, I've been sitting there like a zombie. Like, my mouth is open, I'm just like, because I'm like so fucking sick. And he comes back an hour later, and he's like, I'm back, I'm ready to do the podcast. And I'm just like, oh, I'm fucking dead inside. I can't do this shit. But we did it anyway. The episode itself ended up not being that bad, at least in my opinion. I thought it was all right. It was we're still like testing the waters. It was fine, I think. It was funny enough. We told some stories from school. It was very M-rated, which is not what I was going for, but it was inevitable. So, you know, it was very.
Have you recorded the second episode yet?
Nah, we're probably gonna do that in a week from now, because this episode's coming up now, and then later.
Okay, lazy piece of shit.
Yeah, whatever.
They're paying for this shit, remember? Come on, dude.
Not yet. The podcast hasn't come out yet.
Then, what if people are preemptively paying? Dude, the new Patreon guy who just pledged now. What if he's waiting for the fucking Chadcast?
Well, he'll be there Sunday. All right, what can I say? Listen up, everybody. We've done enough pre-show. What are we? 30 minutes? Oh, wait, never mind. It's because I do this longer intros now. For a second, I thought we were 30 minutes into, like, post-intro stuff. And I'm like, Jesus, we wasted half an hour. But,
not waste.
Well, not waste, but, like, I don't know. I don't know how much people enjoy this, but it's whatever. You know what? Fuck it. I do what I want to do. All right, let me shout people in the chat, and then we'll get right into this. The fucking cringe on Twitter. And then we have some videos to do. Tipster, what's going on in the chat? T-Ghost, what's up? At RFC, shut the fuck up and get into the story. That's right, intro there. I see what you did. Luna Lizzie, what's up? Space Medic, what's the podcast actually called? We don't have a name for it yet. The first episode, the premise of it is us deciding on a name. So, I think we're gonna decide on Chadcast, but we'll have to figure out what if somebody comes up with like a better name or something, or if somebody votes on a different name. I don't know. We'll have to see later down the line. Ghost Show, what's up? Noble, what's up? Jamis, what's up? Abyss Walker Rat, what's going on? Sinosure, what's up? Good to see you here. Or sorry, Sino's away. You change your name every week. I don't know how to fucking say it. Falters, what's going on? Owen Willis, my man. We got a video from you to watch later today. Luna Lizzie, Greatest Russian Spy, what's going on? Shadow Humor, and one more. Let's do one more. Shadow Ninja, what's going on? Debate in the Chad podcast. Well, obviously I'm the Chad, so I don't know. I think Chadcast is like it's like a quirky, funny name or whatever. Not quirky, but like
it's low-key cringe though.
That's the point though, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Chadcast.
It's gonna be one of those things you look back years later and like, you remember the Chadcast? Yeah, that fucking shit.
I've had so many fucking podcasts, like fucking the first podcast I think I set out to do with my friends was we were going to do a podcast about like Nintendo news and Switch coverage. We were going to call it the Switched Podcast. We never did an episode for that. We made up the name, we made up some graphics for it, but we never touched it. Then I did a show called the Radcast, where we talked about fucking Sonic bullshit with our friends, and we tried to do like commentary, but it like didn't work. And then we only did like 5 episodes of it. And then we did RFC Live, which was the old one that me, Ben, a friend of mine from school did, and Gamer Jilly did. And then we did Evening Ritual, and now I'm on RFC After Hours, which is surprisingly the longest fucking show I've done. By
Dude,
longest,
you've had
I mean,
almost as many shows as I'm Alex. Damn.
Yeah, actually. Except all those shows I did before, like, they lasted like 2 episodes. Except for RFC Live lasts like 30, but it was like,
Yeah, and you didn't cancel them because you fucking like accused your friend of rape or anything. So
yeah. We just canceled it because we were like, fuck this shit. This shit sucks.
yeah, you just get fucking lazy and shit.
We didn't get
Yeah,
lazy.
I
We
know.
stayed consistent, but the thing is, we stayed so consistent, we got like bored of it. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, you had like no viewers, so it's like, who are we doing this for?
Yeah, we were just like, this is fucking garbage.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into this shit. Where do I start this? You know what? We need some mood music to begin our the first little thing I want to talk about. We're not going to spend too much time on this, but I did feel like it was relevant. Let's go ahead and pop this in here. The regulators are coming to roost. Woo!
I love that fucking tune, dude.
Oh shit! What just happened? We got a Patreon.
Oh hell
pledge.
yeah!
Thank you for that. I see people are excited for the podcast. I hope we don't dismiss expectations here. The regulators are coming to roost. Thank you for the new Patreon. $10 pledge.
I love that song. I just imagine like Copa and like the whole FTC like coming in to fucking like take down videos while that music plays.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Nerd City. This is just something I wanted to mention. Like, I hate getting too into this because people end up hating us for it, but even though we're right, but Boblox put out a very good video this morning. It was kind of covering the Twitter fight. He stayed mostly neutral for it, but it was kind of just documenting Nerd City's argument, Nick's argument, and it was very good a video. I'd recommend you watch it. For the first time in my life, I actually sat through an entire Twitterversus. So,
Wait, really?
No.
The first time?
Actually, up to this point, I've never watched one of your videos before, so it was kind of a real
Damn!
experience.
Wow, my co-host actually makes good YouTube videos. I didn't know, dude.
Yeah.
I thought people just had bad taste in YouTube videos when they watched them, dude.
I never actually knew what you did. I was just like, I heard you got a bunch of subs.
Yeah, well, you have subs, so might as well put them on the podcast.
I have no clue what the fuck you do on your own time. I don't watch your shit. But, no, Boblox did put out a very good video this morning. It kind of went over everything, and it just highlighted something, which is basically Nerd City got caught on an inconsistency. You have him on No Jumper saying he's not for regulation. Like, he specifically says no regulation. But then you have on a video, while he says no regulation, he points out Laylee Pons, exactly how she is breaking regulation, exactly how regulators are going to come. And he does it in a way where it's impossible not to come to the conclusion that this guy is for regulation. Like, let's not, let's not sit here and just deny what we're looking at. And I know a lot of people are like super big fans of Nerd City. That's fine, all right? Nerd City does some great shit. I love his aesthetic he has on his channel. I love the music he plays. Got a great taste in music. Matter of fact, I mean, yeah, I love this song.
I ironically
he does good
love
shit. He does good shit, and it's funny. I remember like 2 years ago or something. Like me and my friends would like watch his videos in class or whatever. It's some good memories. That doesn't matter though, because it doesn't matter who you are. If you get caught on an inconsistency, then you deserve to be called out for it. And I noticed in your video, the comments are just unreal, man. I saw one guy saying that he got slandered by Nick. I saw other people saying, like, Nick's like an SJW or something. I mean, do I need to... Like, this is, like... It's a 10-second clip.
Well, I feel like the most popular ones aren't that outrageous, but there is, like, some, like, okay comments that are in on Nerd City's side where they're not, like, super outrageous, like calling Nick, like, an SJW or slandering him.
Yeah. I mean, this clip really, like, 10 seconds long, but it really says all what we need to say here.
I really did not want to invite regulation into YouTube. I hate having more laws.
Guess what, dummies? The regulators have come home to roost.
And what this argument comes down to, what this all comes down to is whether or not Nerd City is pointing out, like, yeah, regulation will come, so fix your shit, or if he's happy and pro-regulation. Because for everything that he does points to that, yeah, he does want regulation, but then what he says is the contrary, so it's confusing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. And people have made the argument on, in my comment section to where they're like, oh, well, he's pointing out how these people are breaking the regulations, but he's not pro-regulation. Ideally, he would not want the regulations to happen at all. But then you see the specific tweet that he made to Nick, I think around the end of the video, of my video, where he says, like, it's twisted that these companies get away, or these YouTube channels get away with, like, doing malicious marketing to kids, which would imply that, hey, there should be some type of regulations there. Now, I think maybe Nerd City's genuine opinion is that there should be some regulation, but the regulation we got isn't the right answer, and he's against the specific regulations we got, but he wants some regulations, just not the ones we got. That's how I think Nerd City's stance on this is, but he's not making it very clear.
Yeah. I don't know. I saw a lot of people being like, why is Nick going after Nerd City or something? Like, Nick's just a drama whore, just tired-ass arguments or whatever.
Yeah.
One of the top comments...
let's go to, like, one of the top comments, because I'm pretty sure most of the top comments are pretty, like, long and in-depth to what they think, so...
Let's go through here. So I left a comment here. This is not the top comment, but it shows up, I guess, because it's my channel. I posted, everybody in this comments are stupid. Nerd City got pinned on an inconsistency and you people can't see it. I saw someone in here say Nerd City got slandered. Shut the fuck up. Okay, listen, alright, it was the morning. Maybe I was a little fired up or whatever, but, I mean, I do stand by what I said, but maybe the delivery was, like, not the most professional, shall we say, whatever. I don't give a shit. It's just my take right there. Here's a real top comment. He said that they bought on the regulation he didn't call for, which I think sums up the argument pretty well, right? You know,
yeah.
It's an argument of, did he say that this is coming, or did he support it? Like, that's really what it comes down to.
Like the main argument here on my comment section is that, like, basically you can talk about it without being for it. Mm-hmm. But when he goes, like, so in depth and shows, like, the checklist and all that stuff, and then not specifically the Lele Pons video, but more so the Jake Paul video where he did it, like, prior to the copper regulations coming in, and then, like, lists out in detail how he's breaking all of these laws in the other medium. It just feels like it's inviting regulation, and then or that he's for it. And also, like, he said this on the No Jumper podcast, like, word for word, he's applying, like, other mediums' laws to this new medium where I don't think it's, like, directly applicable. You know, they're both, like, TV or movies or whatever. They're both, like, a show, a broadcast, I guess, in a sense. But it's still fundamentally a different medium, and ideally the FTC should take, and make a new law that fits YouTube better, that it is adapted to this new medium. But so I don't know what the point is to, like, hold Jake Paul and Lele Pons to regulations that aren't even applicable to them yet. It just seems
the
weird.
Argument is, like, from Nerd City's point of view, is that these will come if these creators keep doing the same thing over and over again. And then, of course, our argument is that, well, by making this video, you're making them come quicker or whatever. It's just, like, never-ending circle, and it's, like, 2 months old. I looked back at, like, our last Nerd City stream, whatever, and it was back in, like, November or something. So I get if people think this is redundant, this is tired or whatever, but, I mean, what do you do when he does the same thing over and over again? I mean, whether he likes it or not, I mean, at least in our opinions, he's kind of fucking us over in a way. Not us personally, but us as YouTubers, you know? Let's read another comment.
Yeah, I don't think he's directly responsible for bringing the regulations on.
Yeah. And
I just don't like that. And I think the main argument here is that he says he's not for regulation, but then everything he does in his YouTube videos signifies that he is for regulation. And I could buy that he's just talking about it and he's not actually for regulation. But then you look specifically at that tweet that he sent Nick that's near the end of my video, and he's like, yo, it's twisted that people can get away with this shit on YouTube. And I'm like, wait, that kind of implies that this is a bad thing and you would want regulation to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know.
Nick says in the chat, we aren't in regulation under CTA, and the vast majority of users wouldn't get that from the video, lol. He acts like we need to police other YouTubers on laws that don't exist on YouTube. If he says that he thinks Lele is threatening children and the FTC/FCC should come in and regulate, I'd say agree to disagree, but he fences. And I think that's the problem, is that he's not clear on like what exactly he wants. It seems like, and this is kind of strange, because on No Jumper, he had the perfect opportunity to just come out and say, like, yeah, you know, I am for this. But he said he's not, which is confusing given what he's done and what he said in his videos. It almost looks like in one platform, when he's getting a lot of heat and pressure, he'll say one thing to minimize, you know, to damage control, basically. But on his own platform, he'll go back to doing the same thing that we're criticizing him over. And it's just confusing because we have, like, inconsistent messages coming from, like, two different areas. And we're just like, well, what the fuck, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, this comment was fair, though. It's a fair amalgamation of the argument. And I'm not saying anybody that sides in Nerd City is like a retard or anything like that. I know like my comment is a little hot or whatever, but you guys should know me by now, all right? Listen, I get a little heated sometimes. If you're a fan of Nerd City and you disagree, all right, agree to disagree or whatever. We're not saying that you're like a retard if you think we're retards, you know what I'm saying? It's just like we look at this and it's impossible for us like not to look at what he's doing, what he's saying as something that's like a negative overall. So, but yeah, that's just my take. We have another comment here. I'm really lost on what Diorio is going for. Like, is he complaining about Nerd City addressing the issue? Okay, so someone just doesn't get Nick's point. Nerd City is an ethical YouTuber. He's just criticizing the unethical YouTubers. Arguing with Diorio seems like arguing with the teenager. Too much snark, not enough comprehension. That's not real.
I gotta ask though. Can I just ask a question?
Holy shit! What's up, Nick?
Hi.
What's going on?
I just want to ask, like, if everybody here who disagrees with me is saying stuff like, well, this can't affect the FCC, it can't affect the government, no one's going to look into this, it's coming anyway. And then Nerd City's response is, well, we have to self-police. If we change our ways, maybe it won't come. But he also says it's coming anyway. Then what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your argument of self-policing makes no sense because you're banking on the fact that it's coming anyway. So
yeah.
It's very clear to me that he's pro-regulation. That's what I'm getting from this. Boblex keeps like alluding to a tweet. I'll just give you the summary of it. I was talking with him about advertisements, and in the conversation where I'm saying that he doesn't want more rules, where he's claiming he doesn't want more rules on the platform, he's even like said to me he wants an open platform, but it's not realistic. He's advocating for YouTube to bring in some sort of rules on advertisements. Like in the conversation where I'm saying you're pro-regulation and he's saying I'm not pro-regulation, he actually like cornered himself and asked for fucking like more strict rules on advertising.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. I don't understand the big impact here. It just seems like a needless reason that a parental group can come across this video. And what is it, 5 years until they look into the law? Look, again, you can't say regulation's Nerd City's fault because it's coming, but we don't also have to sit here and pretend CTA, a rule set that doesn't apply to YouTube. It literally applies just to television. We don't have to sit here and start policing our content according to CTA, a rule that doesn't apply to YouTube. And when you don't explain that, when you don't explain it doesn't apply to YouTube, when you put a fucking eagle on the screen with the wings of COPA and CTA and don't go into detail on what the fuck it is, a majority of your audience, I mean, we're reading the comments between the idiots right now, a majority of your audience doesn't know what CTA is, they're not going to look CTA up, and some people walk away from the Jake Paul video thinking that he's breaking the law. It's just... There could be clarification. There could be something here. It just seems like a weird 6-minute segment shoehorned in.
I would agree.
Yeah, it's like
the whole video is like ass titties. You didn't write your book. Photoshop.
If the video was just like ass and titties or whatever,
also,
like
that find this. Yeah, find this girl $50,000. She's breaking the law. Like it just
it
doesn't make any sense. Dude, it's obviously in there to fucking go into the what's it called? It's obviously in there to just pop into a article.
Yeah,
that's the only reason.
I just think it's stupid that he takes TV regulations and acts like the regulations that are on YouTube when they're just not. They might be in the future, but they're not. So why is he criticizing these creators on something that doesn't exist yet? Like, do these creators need? Like, do these YouTube creators need to look into TV law and like make their content appropriate to that? Like, no, that they just don't think about that because they're YouTubers.
In what planet is Bo Black's gonna go out and say, you know what, Jake Paul? There's a law that like is involved with Transformers on television because they used to sell toys to kids, and 5 years from now they're going to be having an update to their rule set, and it could encompass YouTube in the future. So I think for the next 4 years, while you're making shitloads of money, I think you should slow that down. Maybe private your backlog or something, and really change how you advertise to children. Fuck no. What do you mean? You want me to go adhere to a law that doesn't exist? It's just stupid. Like,
yeah.
No. Why
and
do
also,
do that? How
and
do you
also,
even know? It's not even a sure thing.
Yeah, and also, what YouTuber, no matter how big they are, like goes to like look up these TV regulations and laws and tries to apply it to their fucking YouTube videos. Like when I created a YouTube channel and started making videos, it's not like I looked into FTC laws and fucking CTA laws and all that shit before I upload my video and being like, oh, I wonder if it, abides by these guidelines that don't exist on YouTube. It's a YouTube video! Like,
the Jameis in the chat just said, we're fans, Nick, not YouTube experts. I don't know what he's alluding to, but that's precisely my point. We're fans, Nick, not YouTube experts, which means we don't have a fucking legal background. Sometimes fans don't know the word broadcasting doesn't mean YouTube. YouTube broadcast yourself. It was the catchphrase for the website. There could be some sort of like, I don't know, issue when a average, like less average, fucking, what is it called? Legal knowledge fucking user watches the Jake Paul video, reads the description and says, Jake Paul content is illegal to broadcast in the United States and the United Kingdom. When I read that sentence, if I don't have a legal background or I'm unfamiliar with the full definition of the word broadcast, I'm thinking Jake's breaking the law.
Yeah, I would say like for Nerd City, either be more clear when you talk about the shit in your video or don't include that shit at all. And I think the latter would probably be... Yeah. That would be much better. Because, just keep take the legal stuff out of the Lele Pons video, and then take the 6-minute segment you used in the Lele Pons video, or like the concept of it, because in this theoretical situation he hasn't actually made that part of the video, and dedicate it to its own full video, maybe using Lele Pons as a reference, maybe using Jake Paul as a reference, a couple other YouTubers, Copa as a reference. I mean, Copa is like a big topic that a lot of people are talking about. Nerd City could definitely make a good video with a good title and thumbnail in regards to that. Also, the point that Tengu's... do you want to speak before I go into this, Nick?
Yeah, I'm not... Like, this isn't something I would necessarily even make a video on either, because I take Nerd City's statements with a grain of salt. He's not very good in on-his-feet discussions. I don't know if you've realized that.
Yeah, I've noticed. Like, even in the No Jumper podcast, he's a little like, and that wasn't even a confrontational.
Yeah, when he's responding, I noticed it was taking him like 20 minutes to reply to tweets and stuff like that, and he was thinking them out, but he does this thing when you call him out on something and he's got nowhere else to go. I just wanted to call it like the Nerd City complex, in case anyone wants to go back and
this is all we're good for. $1.
yo, guys, honestly though, if anyone's here and wants to go back to check out the shot from the point where he calls in, there's this, like, he did this to another friend of mine.
We watched that on the show before, yeah.
Yeah, there's a portion of it where he does something like, over something we're talking about right now. He goes, Tommy says to him that, nerd, I mean, I understand like broadcast means broadcast, but wouldn't it have been okay just to clarify once that it doesn't apply to the platform we're on? And then Nerd City does this fantastic thing where he creates gigantic hyperboles, and it's one of the funniest things that's ever happened. It's one of the greater clips from that thing. He responds to that statement from Tommy by going, well, listen, guys, if there's dogfights on a cruise ship, right? And there's dogfights happening on this cruise ship, do I have to clarify that because it's illegal to have dogfights in the United States of America, that a cruise ship is not the United States of America? Right? Do you understand?
What the
You get it now, right?
Such a weird
No,
analogy.
no, Nick. I don't get it.
understand.
I do not get that.
Understand. Dude, he makes these gigantic hyperboles in debates, and holy shit, are they so fucking funny when you read them. Like, you can see Tommy's face when it goes from like, well, you could just clarify it once, you know? Like, I understand endless clarification. And he goes, well, you know, dog fights on cruise ships.
Yeah.
Have you
honestly
talked to
like
since this video came out? Besides on Twitter or whatever?
I DM'd him. We had like 2 gigantic wall messages back and forth before I passed out at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Was it 3? Ah, there we go.
No. I DM'd him first.
Okay. In fairness,
because I basically said, hey man, I figure you're done on Twitter. So and I just asked him for his opinion. I'm not going to share it live or anything.
Yeah, that's not what I'm asking. I'm just
either.
Yeah.
But it's just I guess my walk away from actually getting his side of the story is I don't know if I believe him. Because the arguments make no sense. It's really one of the two things. I don't think he's like very intelligent with what he's doing right now. Not like intelligent in general. This guy's a fucking genius. And significantly, and he's
analytics
he's a genius
and
when
in
it comes
the
to
art,
a lot of things. But I don't think he's like social. I think he'd be like a little socially inept sometimes. And I think that's part of the reason that like this whole weird
uncommon for
shit
YouTubers,
happens at 3 o'clock in the morning, and then
what is it about 3 o'clock in the morning that just like it's just
I think he gets super weird in these conversations because he's not used to this kind of thing, and I'm not going to just knock him on that. But
you got to think about like his background for a minute to defend him. Ever since he's been making videos on YouTube, like everybody's just been like fucking sucking his ass, and some of that is deserved, obviously. But like, it goes to show when you call this guy out and you see the level of like reaction these fans will give you, not just like simple. They're not just defending him, but they are like simping hard for him. It just goes to show like the greater picture here is that this guy has thousands of people just orbiting him, telling him he's doing like a perfect job or whatever. So when one person comes out to criticize him, that's like kind of a big deal or something. At least that's my personal assessment. Yeah.
I don't think this guy has ever been told before in his entire life that something's wrong with his content.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I get from the whole situation.
If I had to take a guess, I'd say like generally, he's probably pretty talented.
Oh, put yourself in his shoes. Put yourself in his shoes. All your videos explode. You get 1 million views a video. Yeah. Everybody fucking praises you. You get on Phil DeFranco. They cover your news. They cover your videos in the media. Yeah. And then somebody goes, "Nah, I don't fucking like that." You go like,
"Who the fuck are you?" Yeah.
Yeah. Not even who the fuck are you? Because he takes the criticism. Not well. Like he'll take it, he'll talk, he'll fight back, but like it's just I mean I wouldn't, maybe if I was in his position, maybe I wouldn't
maybe he doesn't like being wrong.
Running my mouth either, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe he just doesn't like being wrong.
See, I think I've got the Chad mentality, right? Like, I'll just say whatever the fuck I want and get fucking beat up when I say something stupid or whatever, but at least nobody expects me to be this fucking god so that when I do fuck up, it's like a big deal or whatever. With these guys, it's just like, they have all these people, and if I had to guess, he's probably one of these people when they grew up, everybody told him he was going to do great things or whatever, blah, 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 which probably contributed to this mentality, because he was probably pretty talented in just general basic, like, school or whatever. This is all just me guessing. But, I think it's a bit of a different world that he's been thrust in now, and, it's
Well, if I have to end this whole conversation, I would say my criticism of Nerd City, which, I mean, you can totally bounce it off. It's my own opinion.
Yeah. Is
that he's kind of making like jailbait for the FTC and the FCC. I think that's the best way to describe it.
Calm down, Anthony Padilla.
No, I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
He's making this nice, beautiful steak for an army of fat people, and that seems what I'm getting at. And if he wants to do that, that's all perfectly fine.
An army of fat, suit wearing,
Yeah, no, I think that's what he's doing. I think he's making jailbait for fucking government entities.
To be fair,
but like that's my own opinion. If you don't agree with it, or if you want to do that, or if you're pro-regulation, or if you think these kids are in danger, then I'm okay with agreeing to disagree. That's where I stand on that issue. However, if you're going to sit down the middle and go, well, I don't like these laws, but look at this girl breaking all these potential guidelines.
That's what pisses me off the most, right?
That's like Ethan Ralph directing people to flag somebody.
Yeah, exactly. That's what pisses me off the most, right? Because that's the most offensive thing to me. The most offensive thing, well, I wouldn't say the most, but something that, you want to know how to get on my nerves? you be a snitch. All right. We all know this, everybody's, seen me on Twitter, when Keemstar or something reports a video. I fucking hate snitches under most, if not all, circumstances. And when I see a guy sitting here pointing out, hey, look at what this girl's doing, and look at all these things in this checklist. She's violating the rules. She's violating the guidelines. She should mark her videos for kids. It's just like, wow, way to fucking cuck her revenue or something.
Let me jump over you, Boblax, because I want to just clarify something Augie just said so that doesn't get taken
I'm used to it. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, no. I want to clarify something.
Yeah.
Snitching doesn't mean, like, you can't criticize somebody. Because all of Nerd
That's
City's
not snitching, though.
are
Criticism is not inherently snitching.
No, but like you can make every argument Nerd City made and it wouldn't be considered snitching. But when you're sitting here going, look, Copa, and you're like, wow, this could be a fucking violation. This woman's breaking the law over something that's like universally disliked. Nobody's in favor of Copa. Everybody on YouTube's complaining, they're afraid, and Copa's not something that's universally liked on the platform. I feel like if anybody else had that opinion, if anybody else came in and said, well, you're breaking this, and these aren't violations. Let me clarify that, because apparently the word violation was a semantic debate we had on Twitter. This is what they say makes you child-friendly and not for everybody, not an adult content creator. So if you're going to sit there and go down the list of things this person potentially violated if they were guidelines, but in reality they're just, you know what I mean, then that's just fucked, dude. Like, why? Why are you making why would you make the government's job any easier?
Also,
it's gonna overcorrect. They're gonna hit every channel like Lele Pons. They're not gonna hit Lele Pons.
Yeah, and the biggest issue with like his exposing of this is like he's exposing her for breaking laws that don't exist for YouTube. At least at the time, it might exist to some extent now with like some of the culpa shit, but like overall, like it didn't exist. So it's like, yeah, if these laws were in place and it was already an established thing, maybe it would be okay to like call her out for some of this shit. But she's not doing anything wrong at that moment in time. Well, yeah, she is. So like, why would you?
Well, now she's violating COPA. She is.
Well, now she is, yeah. But like when she made the videos, like in 2017 or whatever, and all that stuff.
Yeah. But now the issue
but the COPA didn't apply to YouTube.
Yeah, but now she's setting her. No, Nerd City's argument is now she set her channel to for adults. But 4 years ago, or 3 years ago, or 2 years ago, whenever she said it, she said her thing was 9-year-olds.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, if these people knew what COPA was and they went on an interview, they would have said 13 and up. They obviously had no fucking idea that saying 9-year-olds, like telling the truth. They
didn't see Nerd City in the future pointing out, look, here's an interview where they're saying their fans are 9-year-olds.
Yeah, because he specifically says that television companies lie. Yeah, because they have the law on record. She didn't know the law because the law didn't exist yet. If she knew the law, she would have did exactly what the television companies did. She would have lied, and that's about fucking CTA. Let me just preface that because that's not what he does. But yeah, if in regards to CTA, in regards to COPA as well, if she knew that this COPA thing was coming, she wouldn't have said that she has a young audience. Like, why would she have said that?
I think one of the major reasons why this whole Nerd City like debacle or drama argument or whatever you want to call it is so divisive, outside of Nerd City just having a really good reputation and you kind of attacking that essentially or like questioning that, is because this whole topic has like a lot of like nuance and like a lot of info that you need to know from like all angles. Like you need to know about the CTA, you need to know about the FTC, you need to know about COPA, you need to know about what Nerd City said on Jumper, you need to know what he said on his video or whatever. So like even like I think my video clarified a lot of the argument, but even then like I feel like it's not a full overview of the whole argument, so it's a lot harder for a regular viewer to understand the issue we had with Nerd City's video because there's just so much to take in.
Yeah, man, this isn't Content Cop. That's my problem here also. Everyone's like, this is the new Content Cop. Nerd City's the new iDubbbz. That's something that goes everywhere. This isn't Content Cop. Content Cop was simple. It was like not this. Nobody was going to jail after a Content Cop. Nobody's going to jail here either. But nobody's getting fined $50,000 after the Content Cop leafy. All right, somebody's chin was fucked up. You know what I mean? Somebody said they were going to dox somebody. Oh, like that's it.
Yeah. Oh, what do you say? It's like kind of like a content cop if that 6-minute COPPA segment wasn't in there. Like the whole legal stuff was taken out. Would you say it's like that?
Yeah, I also felt that whole legal segment was shoehorned in. It didn't fit the rest of the video. It felt like
I agree.
It felt like for a second I paused it, opened a new window, and started another video.
I agree, yeah, and especially like the comparison to Jake Paul. Like, it felt like half of a Jake Paul video as well, like with how much he brought him up and shit. It felt like an extension of his Jake Paul video, essentially. But
yeah, I guess that's pretty much all I have to say on it.
All right, thanks for coming on, Nick, and talking about that shit. I didn't expect. I'm just reading comments, and all of a sudden you show up.
I was
good
just
to hear
editing
from
a
you,
video.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Okay.
Oh, you want to give the chat a little teaser, a little plug there for?
I'm trying to put Bunty 2 out this weekend. People are
Bunty
pissing me
2.
off about it. I'm finishing this fucking video. Bye.
dude, we keep asking because he's been hyping up behind the scenes, like in the Legion and other places. Like, I'm gonna do Bunty 2. I'm gonna do Bunty 2 for months and months, and like. Obviously, we're not like super antsy for it, but it's just funny that he keeps saying he's going to do it and then it doesn't come out. So it's kind of more like a meme.
I gotta be honest with you.
I think it annoys Nick.
I know everybody wants Bunty 2 or whatever. I mean, I haven't seen any bit of Nick's video yet, so I don't really know what he has in store. Have you seen some of it?
I saw the intro and the outro. I've seen a lot of it.
Okay.
The outro was really, really good. The outro is really solid.
Yeah, if I saw it, I don't remember any of it, but
you probably would have remembered it if you saw it. I don't think.
Okay, so I probably didn't see any of this yet. I don't really know what he's got in store. To me, like the idea, like on paper, it's just like really Bunty 2. Like it's almost getting to the point, right, where it's like you're clowning on him so much. Like it's not like I'm not saying that we're harassing him, but like it's to the point where it's just like okay, whatever. But I could be wrong. I mean, it's a Nick video, so
yeah, I feel like it's a video that should have been released in like November or December.
Okay.
That would have been like a better time. Now it feels drawn out because like he's just taking so long to make the video. That's why it feels drawn out more so than the fact that the video exists, I guess. But yeah.
Boy, have I got some angry quartering fans in my mentions still. Oh my god, dude. It's getting fucking... Listen, guys, while Nick was going on, you might have seen me like looking down a lot. Looking at my phone and stuff. That's not just me like fucking goofing off or whatever. We're actually under like a tornado threat or something. I woke up this morning and I was gonna go outside and fucking chill or whatever, but then I heard there's gonna be like a bunch of like bad weather or something, so I was like shit. And I kind of forgot about that when I did the show, but apparently there's supposed to be like all kinds of like violent winds or something. Apparently it's completely fine right now. And it's looking like it's just going to be like thunderstorms or whatever, which should be fine for the show. But I was kind of, like looking at it and I was being like, should I kind of like call it off now? But I think we'll be just fine. So it's whatever. I'll check that out. Jada in the chat. Nick says the weekly tweets since July say otherwise. All right. Well, I'll have to take a look at that. Bunty 2 coming out on Nick Diorio's channel. So go check that out. How many subs he's got now? Like 18K or whatever?
Yeah.
Nice. Good to see. All right, listen up. We're coming up on the hour. We got some shit to cover, including quartering cringe and whatever else I decided to throw up on the screen. So 8 Thoughts put up a video about the quartering. Do we want to take a look at that? Is that
yeah? Let's watch some of it. I haven't watched the full thing. I think I only watched like the very beginning.
Apparently,
but
quartering
seems like a good video.
He's got like an editing team now, apparently, which is strange, and he's like scamming them. So I haven't taken a look at it yet. So.
Is he scamming them? Oh,
that's what I hear. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the title. I saw like the very beginning. Really get into much, but then I got distracted with something else, ADHD. So,
the title is "Quartering Turns E-Beggar Scammer." It's by 8 Thoughts. We'll give it a look here. If it's boring or whatever, then we'll turn it off or whatever. But it's going to give you some context as to why he's a little pissed off today, because your boy got under his skin a little, which was kind of interesting. More, I would say less...
It's not that hard to get under quartering skin,
That's true. I would say less on his skin, or under his skin, and more under his fan skin. Jesus Christ, those guys are fucking weirdos. All right, but anyway. Not weirdos, but they're fucking simps. Anyway, let's begin this right now. This is Quartering's an E-Beggar, apparently.
How y'all doing? I'm 8 Thoughts. Welcome to the video. And I hate content creators that do this. I think it is really, really dirty. Really, really low. I really believe you're ripping off your fans. and I think it's a scuzzy, scummy thing to do. And the quartering, who I've never really liked, and that's not really this video, if I like him or don't like him, but I don't like what he's doing here with his fans and e-begging, essentially turned into an e-beggar, especially a guy at the channel as big as he is and how much money he's making off his channel, and then he comes out here.
Let's take a look at that, by the way. I want to see. Now, I know Social Blade's not the most accurate when it comes to dollar bills, but you can kind of get like a vague idea of like how much somebody is making. Let me throw this up right here. Okay, so quartering's 12 million views in the last 30 days. So he's making anywhere from $3K a month, which, God, he's not making that little. He's probably making somewhere in between, I'd say maybe 10 to 20K, best estimate, but possibly higher. I mean, the highest possible is 50K, but he'd have to be like a gaming, like scrubby channel to be making that much. So,
wait, how many? What's his daily video views?
Daily video views are about 400K. Jesus, that's a lot. That's the average he gets per day. So yeah, it's safe to assume he's probably
that's probably like 10 to 20. Yeah,
that's 10 to 20K a month.
Per
so
month.
that's like a fuckload of money. And he lives in the Midwest too, which, as far as I know, that's not, you know, the most. Dude, let me tell you, like, I don't know exactly where he lives. I think he's kind of like up north from me or whatever. It's a fucking wasteland up there. So he might be living in a nicer area. I don't know, but based on what I know, I don't know.
Midwest. Dude, Midwest is like the part of the U.S. that everyone forgets if they're a foreigner.
It's the shittiest area, dude.
Yeah, it's like the state. It's basically the states you forget. Like if someone lists off all the states, that's like the last ones they're gonna list off. Like
I might piss some people. Oh, Wisconsin. Oh wait, that's more up northwest, right? If I know my geography, I know I was saying I had a detailed geography, world geography, not necessarily U.S. or something. Wisconsin's like northwest of me or whatever. I think I'm going on memory here. Let me tell you something. All right. One time, we were doing like a family vacation. We were chilling in Colorado, and it was time to go home. So the way we did it, we went out east to where Kansas was, and then we went like down south to where Dallas is, where I live. So Colorado, I love Colorado. I'm content staying here in Texas, especially in Dallas. But if I had to move anywhere and I could just decide wherever I wanted to go, definitely Colorado. I love Colorado. Anyway, you go from Colorado, which is, you know, the mountainy. It feels like fall all the time up there. Low temperatures, which I can appreciate. And then you go to just barren, just grasslands that goes on for miles and miles and miles. I remember we were in the car driving for 6 miles or 6 hours straight through like what just felt like the same like land just over and over and over again. I was literally like going insane.
Wait, where is this that you were driving
Kansas. Through? We were in Kansas. We were just driving through Kansas, and it was just like just barren grasslands. Like we went through like 3 towns or something, and they had like one like supermarket, like all like the homes and stuff were super like cheap or whatever. It just looked miserable. I feel like if I like lived there, I'd fucking kill myself. It was AIDS. Anyway, all that to say, fuck Kansas.
Yeah, dude, honestly, dude, fuck places that are like low populated, man. Like I would not want to be around there because you just have to drive. You have to drive so far to get anywhere, man.
I like the rural land. I appreciate it, but I like I
like the land. I just hate the driving.
Like South Texas and West Kansas. All right, there's like they're both like very rural, very low populated, but one's actually like fun to be in, and the other is just misery. It's just misery packed into one shitty state.
Man,
I hate Kansas. It's super flat, too. Yeah, it's super flat, but so is Dallas. Dallas is super flat, but, you know, even, like, the areas that are more, like, rural or whatever, like, not, like, urban, like, downtown Dallas or whatever. Like, areas that are more rural, it's, like, it's interesting. You don't feel suicidal when you're there. Look, all that to say, fuck Kansas, all right? That's my message.
Everyone knows Lower Mainland's best place in the world. Come on.
If there's anything you got to learn from this stream, all right? I love the Southwest. I love New Mexico. I love Arizona. I love Colorado.
California?
I love going there. I've never been to California. Actually, VidCon's going to be the first time I set foot in California.
Hell yeah. Same.
I love the Southwest. Midwest? No. That's shit. Fuck that.
Yeah, just because the quartering's there. Fuck him.
Spectre. Yeah, that's another good. That's another. What about Southeast? I haven't really been there much. I don't really
Southeast?
travel much.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Okay, buddy. No, I mean I love Louisiana. I love Louisiana. A good portion of my family comes from Louisiana. We spend Christmas there. It's a great. We just did that this Christmas actually. Somebody's asking Arkansas. Oh, we went there in the fall one time. We rented out like a cabin or something. It was super nice. But fuck the Midwest. Anyway, that was a really big like fucking like distraction. Let's watch this video. It seems like people enjoyed it though. I don't know.
Yeah.
And starts asking his fans for money now.
How is quartering an e-beggar? I want to find out.
Listen, the quartering. Go pound some sand.
Oh hell yeah! That fucking intro, dude.
Most of you probably know who the quartering is, but for some of you who are coming in cold on this one, this is the quartering. His name's Jeremy, and essentially he does, I guess, videos with sort of an anti-SJW, sort of how you would like, you know, I guess alarmist kind of videos where like female privilege in video games media must stop this.
That's such a good description. Alarmist videos.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what they are. Like all of his videos were like all SJW gets triggered at Star Wars and wokeness takes over Hollywood. Like, calm down.
It's not hard content to make, you know? Like, I'm not saying, like, you gotta be like, look, my content is not hard to make or something. But I want to say at least, and Shaq can feel free to disagree with me, I feel like there's, like, some soul in my videos. Like, I have fun doing them. Like, when I talk about something, generally I'm interested. If I'm not interested, I make it interesting for me to cover. Like, if I have to cover a really AIDS story, like beauty drama or whatever, not that I've covered much of it, but when I do have to, I feel like I at least, like, am able to insert my own humor into it to make it, like, fun. You know, Quartering's content is just, like, it's this soulless, like, garbage. You know, it's just, like, 2017 anti-SJW, whatever. It's like, okay, been here, done that, all right? Show me something new. He has done some good work, I will say that. He was pretty big in helping out my buddy Twoon, who lost his channel to some hackers. He made a video, very good video, kind of talking about that. So I'm not saying he's not always. I'm not like brushing all his content off as like useless garbage or whatever. He has done some good shit. That being said, most of it is just, you know, it's bottom of the barrel. It's grift content. I mean, that's really what it is. It's just grift content. It's just it exists to make money. And it works. People click on it. People are always outraged, and people will always be outraged at SJWs no matter how old the topic gets. So might as well cash in. Might as well grift, you know, whatever. But that doesn't mean we don't get to make fun of it. And that doesn't mean Quartering gets another excuse to throw another bitch fit about it. Because I know every single time we make one joke or one gab, he's always like, why are you making fun of me? I'm not an alcoholic. We never said you were an alcoholic. It's a joke, all right? We don't genuinely think you're an alcoholic who just runs around beating his wife and driving drunk and carelessly. It's called a joke, Quartering. That's not what we actually think. Although, given how defensive you are, maybe there's some truth in it. Maybe we get a little too close to home. I don't know.
Over. He's sort of
I mean, with how much he seems to hate women in these video titles.
I mean, I hate women too.
Okay,
fucking,
maybe that's a little too far.
it's like easy though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wait, Toy Story is racist?
I don't fucking know. It's
wait, that's a title?
Oh, he's reacting to some. I saw this article. There's some article that there's like a strand of articles that they exist to clickbait boomers, right? So there'll be these articles that are just like, Toy Story is racist because the spoon is white. And all of us know, like, okay, obvious bait, move on. But boomers will look at that and they'll be like, what? This is outrageous. Back in my day, articles weren't written like this. It exists to capture the boomers and, you know, and Quartering. It's outrage content. Again.
Burger Man hates jokes.
Been here, done that. Been here, done that. Thank you for the 2. But, of course he did a video on that. I guess it's fun to rip on, but, like, how many jokes can you make that's just like, look at this dumb article, that's so outrageous. I can't believe they're saying this show is racist because one of the characters is white. It's like, okay, anybody with a brain can realize that this is bait. This is maybe the writer doesn't intend it to be bait, but it should be treated as bait because it's just so obviously a non-issue. Fuck!
Like
Thank you for the one, Mo Diggity.
The Paul Joseph Watson, but like nearly not as to the point or as entertaining of like gaming, I guess, and pop culture kind of in a way. Like he drags his videos out. Like you will never, ever, ever in a million years see a video less than like 10 minutes long. Like he never, ever, like they're the most drawn out, boring, like least entertaining videos in the world, which is fine, right? Like if that's what you want to do, if that's your content,
Jeremy just
cool,
makes
man.
rage
Like, I really
bait
don't care.
videos from rage bait articles.
That's true. It's like an incestuous relationship, right? You have, you know, the rage bait articles that exist to clickbait boomers, and you have the quartering, who basically does the same thing, although more like nerd, like neckbeards, and less boomers, I guess. That's probably more his audience. Judging by all the people in my replies on Twitter, I think I have a pretty good grasp of who's watching this shit. By the way, the storms are super fucking loud right now. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but like, it is storming outside. I'm getting a little nervous. I might get fucking striked out of the air.
YouTube is like a free-for-all for the most part, and it doesn't cost you anything to watch the video. If you don't like the content, don't watch it. So it's inconsequential if I think his content sucks, which is, like, it's horrible. I have no idea how people watch it. It doesn't matter. If you enjoy it, that's cool, man, but that's not what this video is about. But I just want to make it known I think his content sucks, and he talks and draws it out for as long as he can and never gets to the damn point in order to, you know, get more ad revenue, because, like I said, not one video. I mean, like, if you find me one video less than 10 minutes long, oh my God, I will give you all $1,000.
Right,
like you will not find one. There is no video.
Let me fast forward a little bit.
You only can put one ad on it for. Never going to make a video. Is when the content creates 10 minutes long. Like so
I'm skipping a little just to kind of get to the point, because we've established this already. Quartering is kind of boring.
That's who this guy is right here, Jeremy the Quartering. So his content sucks, but that's not what this video is about. What bothers me, though, is when content creators turn to e-beggars like, you know, Wings for Redemption or Filthy, what the hell's that guy's name?
All right, what is going on, everyone? Phil here. I'm a loser.
But he's turning to an e-beggar, right? And the problem is that this guy makes a ton of money, and what he's asking money for is absolutely ridiculous. Like, listen, like I said, the website's free. You don't have to pay to watch videos. If you don't like the dude's content, don't watch it. You're not hurting anybody. But this guy makes a ton of money on YouTube already. And then he now has like the gall to start asking for his subscribers to support his subscribe star. His subscribe star all the way up to $100 a month. Legendary status. I highly recommend not backing this level. But if you do, I will use your generous donation to work towards completing my inbox NES collection.
I want to clarify something right here. I got no issue with a big YouTuber having a Patreon. I know this was like a big like point of debate, especially like 3 years ago or whatever.
Yeah, it was.
Like everybody was like having this discussion. They were like, how many subs can you have before you are arbitrarily decided that you cannot have a Patreon anymore? And I think that's stupid. I don't give a shit if fucking PewDiePie started a Patreon. It doesn't make a difference to me because it's optional, you know? That's like getting mad at somebody. It's like when PewDiePie streams, there's an option to send him a donation. Is anybody going to get upset that he takes donations despite, oh, it's PewDiePie, he's the richest YouTuber in the world or whatever? I mean, I don't give a shit, all right? If you don't want to pay him, you don't have to. You don't have to donate. You don't have to subscribe to someone's Patreon or their Subscribe Star or their new project too. You don't have to. All right? If you think it's a big deal, you don't have to donate. So I don't really care. So if that's what this video is about, then I gotta disagree. But there's got to be something more.
Well, there's some patrons that I disagree with. Like Philip DeFrancos, for example. He like promised something and then didn't deliver. Like he promised. Yeah,
that's like a different issue. That's like scamming. Yeah. Like even if a YouTuber with like 1,000 subs opened up a Patreon, they were scamming their audience. I think that's equally as important. Well, not equally as important, but that's still like something I'd have an issue with. The simple fact of them having a Patreon, I don't care. I really don't give a shit.
And all previous tiers, blah, really funny. But yeah, the demonetization blocker. His videos get ad revenue. Some videos once in a while, very rarely, will not be monetized. But almost every single one of the videos is monetized. Let's take a look, first of all, at how much he's making per month. And like I said, I don't care how much money people make on this website. I don't care how much they hustle.
He thought kind of drags on a little too much.
Yeah.
Also, why is Nick in this video?
For somebody riffing on Quartering's content, we've already looked at Quartering's Patreon. So what happens here?
risque area a little bit, you know, not super, you know, ad friendly, but let's just say for at least he gets as much ads as I get. Okay, so just do the math. I'm making 4 to 10. He gets 10.
He's still talking about that? He takes over 6 minutes to get to the point? Okay.
I'm going to get to the damn point. He thought about dragging videos out to 10 minutes to, you know, prove a point. Now we get to the point here is that he is asking his fans, okay, you know what? Just watch. This dude is a loser.
There's a reason everybody talks about January sucks for ad revenue, so that's when I'm going to take my vacation. It does.
Everyone talked about January ad revenue. What is wrong with this guy?
The way he talks is so weird. But like, complaining about January ad revenue, come on. Really?
How's your ad revenue been this January? How have you been doing?
I mean, the CPM is low. Lower than in like December and November, and the January ad revenue like thing does exist, but the thing is like January isn't a bad month because when the CPM goes down but the views go up typically because a lot of people are still like kind of on Christmas break or whatever, or winter break. They want to watch some YouTube, they have free time, so you typically grow and get more views to compensate, so it's not nearly as bad as people say. Although I think overall you might
actually
get lower.
My revenue's been up. So if you know yours is, if everybody's supposed to be down this month and mine's up, then that means this is gonna be a good year. Boys.
I think my individual monetized view is down, but I'm getting so many more views now than I did in December that I think I'm getting more money.
Subs a day. You're doing great, dude.
Yeah, I'm doing it. Yeah.
That's fucking awesome. Patrick Place, yeah.
Subscribe to Lord Vega, I agree.
J.K. Rowling!
To be fair, quartering isn't nearly as bad in this video as he is in...
Dude, some of his videos, he's like really fucking like out of it. He's just like, what's up, guys? Quartering here. It's like, alright, dude, you need to fucking not be doing videos right now. Yeah, subscribe to Lord Vega in the chat. You guys should do that. If you're a real fan of RFC, you tune in every night, you should be subbed to Lord Vega because he does good shit. And if you're a fan of me, then you will listen to me when I recommend other people, and you will watch all of them. Exactly, Shadow Humor. Sub to Lord Vega. And sub to him on Patreon, too. Much better than Quartering's fucking Patreon.
I would say when I'm looking at my early numbers, I'm earning less than half.
Agreed. I got cut about down to 40%, 50% of what I was making in December and November. It's because December and November are the highest months of the year. Like, you make a fortune on the ad revenue, just keeping it full real. So you drop down about 50, 60%, which would still be making him more than I did in my highest months, probably. I mean, like, he's probably making 5 times as much as I am, so he's probably making $40,000, $30,000 a month at least when it's good times, $50,000 if it's good times. So now he's making only maybe like, what, let's just say 10 grand a month? Oh my God, 15 grand a month? Oh my God, Jeremy, what are you going to do? How are you going to survive? I mean, I know you're a fat guy and all, but I mean, how much food does your goddamn fridge have to hold to feed you? Like, what do you need that money for? Like, oh my God, I'm all the way down. We're like, it's cut down. Guys.
Getting Madono in before the tornadoes touchdown.
Yeah, he kind of drags on.
Power. In 2020, Bo Blacks will get IRL. Check out hashtag PNNS new
Hell
video
yeah,
on
dude.
MXR.
Thank you for the very generous 20 in the super chat, Pescator, tossing that promo in there. By all means, if you guys want to donate to promo your own channel, or whatever, like a lot of YouTubers get like ass mad about it. They're just like, oh, you're fucking just paying me to fucking shill for your own channel. Hey, I don't care. You can do whatever the hell you want. You can do whatever the hell.
And it doesn't
you have like
hurt
5
that,
subs or something. And you're donating like $2 to shill your channel. Fucking go for it. That's fine by me.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pescator. And I will check out your new video.
Yeah, and it definitely helps that Pescator's content's actually like really good. So
I'm enjoying it. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
All right, so this 8 thoughts. I gotta be honest, dude. Like, I probably like if I was watching this video like on my own time, I watch a lot of content.
Seriously, yo, why hasn't this entire chat subscribed to the Lord Vega? Hit that button now.
Hit that button now, boys. Hit that button now. Look, if I was watching this video on my own time, this 8 thoughts video, I'd probably enjoy that shit, you know, because I watch a lot of content like this. It kind of drones on. I kind of like that type of content, but for the sake of the show, I think we get the point here. Somebody sent me a very basically a shorter version, and Nick's telling me this is basically about what memology, or not memology. Somebody pointed this out to me. How basically Quartering is using his Subscribestar to pay his editors, and he's basically asking his fans to basically pay me on Subscribestar so I can pay my editors. Which that's the argument right here, that he's being like an eBay that's scummy or whatever.
And it's kind of like dumb considering how much editing the editors actually do. Like, it's probably, I mean, if someone edits for him, he should definitely pay them, but like, come on, pay out of your own pocket. Don't fucking, if you want editors, pay out of your own pocket. Don't like beg viewers to get you money to do it when you're already well off. And I think that's the argument here. It really didn't need to take fucking 13 minutes to get to that point.
Yeah.
No offense to 8 Thoughts. I mean, he seems like a cool guy, but this video, like, I don't like this video personally just because of how much it drags on.
Yeah.
And he like repeats himself a lot and stuff like that. So.
Look, ever since like middle school, when I started watching like Review Tech USA, like at that moment, like, because he's always done he kind of drones on a little bit, you know, not that bad, but he does, you know, a little bit. Just kind of like long 10-minute, basically like mini talk show type videos or whatever. Ever since I started watching like Review Tech USA in like middle school, that's the type of content that I watch. Like, I watch podcasts, streams nowadays, but just like a lot of very like discussion heavy videos. Whereas a lot of people, you know, they enjoy like very over edited, very, you know, masterpiece projects. I've always been more like, I listen basically like, it's basically like mini radio or whatever the YouTube equivalent of that would be. But
well,
so I'm not dissing his content, but like for the sake of the show, you know, kind of got to keep things moving, you know, a little bit.
I don't know, for like I'd be fine if he dragged on a little bit. Like, I think Rich of Review Tech USA, it doesn't drag on too much. I don't feel like he's repeating himself that much. But with this guy, it's like, he said, like, in the title it says he's a scammer, and then he doesn't get to the point where he's talking about he's a scammer until like 7 minutes in. Like, it's fine to drag on after you make the point, but get to the point and then drag on, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's just my opinion on 8 Thoughts video. What's your thoughts on the Quartering, you know, asking his fans to pledge to Patreon or whatever?
It's kind of sketch. I gotta be honest. As much as I have no issue with a big YouTuber opening a Patreon or whatever. I think it's actually smart as we deal with new issues like COPA and, you know, FTC and whatever and all this stuff, and just general demonetization and the risk of getting demonetized and deplatformed. I think it's perfectly reasonable to get, like, despite how much money you're already making, to always, like, not put your eggs into one basket, to diversify your brand, diversify your income. It just makes sense to me. You know, even if you have like 4 or 5 million subs or whatever, and you open up a Patreon, who knows where you'll be in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. It makes sense to have another option, to not just rely on one source of income. I mean, people like to shit on YouTubers all the time, like, you already make a bunch of money. It's like, okay, well, yeah, now I'm fortunate enough to be making this money, but where will I be in the long term? You always got to think, where will you be in the long term? And that's going to be like at the forefront of like where your mind is as a YouTuber and as a business maker in general. That being said,
since everyone is chilling now, y'all winking face.
Thank you, Tipster. A big 20, man. I appreciate the generosity tonight, and especially this month. You know, it's very good to see. Good to see. Good to see. But yes, go check out Pescator, Tipster, especially Lord Vega. Everybody's showing their product right now. Fucking take advantage of that. Why not? I appreciate it. That being said, given my stance on how you need to diversify your income, you need to be thinking about the future. You need to be making it safe. Creating a Patreon when you're making 10 to 20 to possibly 30, 40, maybe even 50K a month or whatever. Creating a Patreon, or in this case a Subscribestar, to crowdfund donations for your editors, it just seems like unnecessary to me, right? Like, the way he words it, he's just like, guys, please sub to my Subscribestar. I don't get the money. I use that money to pay my editors. And you're just looking at that, you're like, well, you already have enough income to pay, well, more than enough for you, but also your editors. Why do you need to create an alternative source, not to make more money for you, but to make more money for people, you already have like more than enough income to pay on their own. Like, what happens if nobody donates to Subscribestar? I mean, if people are donating, Quartering gets a shitload of money. But what if nobody donates? Does that mean the editors don't get paid? That's a little weird. You know what I mean? I don't fucking know.
Yeah, if nobody donates, do the editors not get paid? That would be kind of scummy. I doubt that's the case, but yeah.
Fucking big bucks tonight. Thank you for the 20.
Hell yeah! Thank you for being so supportive.
Fuck yeah, boys! Let's get it.
Yeah, I appreciate that. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, like I think it's a little weird. Do I think he's a scammer? No, I wouldn't call him a scammer. Do I think he's an e-bagger? In this case, I mean, I think there's an argument for e-bagging. I think there's an argument against e-bagging too, since he's kind of saying, oh, this is for my editors, not for me. I guess you could classify it as e-bagging. I would say there's much more egregious examples of e-bagging out there. But I guess you could call it e-bagging to an extent.
Yeah.
I don't think he's scamming, though. I think this is kind of like an over-exaggerate. I don't think this was video material, but
yeah, that's the other thing, right? Like, is this because somebody sent this to me? Like, we did a show. I think they sent to me yesterday or something. And they were like, "Oh no, it was GG Reloaded." He sent that to me, and I kind of looked at it and I was like, "That's pretty funny. That's pretty cringe." But like, I don't know if this is really stream material. And obviously, we're talking about it now, but that's just because of the reaction to his fucking fans, which we'll get into in just a moment. But you know, on its own, like, it's kind of fucking cringe. Not gonna lie, but I don't know.
It is kind of cringe, and I think it sets a bad precedent in a way because he legitimately doesn't need these donations to pay his editors, especially with like the editing job they do. Like, I'm pretty sure they'd be fine to be paid like $5 a video with like how minimal the editing is. And I'm just saying that specifically for Quartering editing. I don't want anyone to be like, oh, Boblax thinks that editors only deserve $5 a video. No, only in the case of the type of editing that they do for the Quartering.
Yeah, and let's set another record straight. It is hilarious. He's hired a team of editors, which, look, I don't really care if you edit your videos. Be entertaining. Quartering is not entertaining. He needs some editing to like spice some videos up. So he gets a team of editors and they show an image on screen, and that's considered editing by Quartering seniors. There's no flashy like fucking movements or transitions. You know, like when I'm watching like a Nick Diorio video, like there's like stuff flying across the screen, and I don't edit. I do not edit, all right? So to me, like little things that he puts in his videos, like to me, I'm like, whoa, this is cool. You know, you've got all these like all this shit going on. It's probably not that advanced, but to me, it looks pretty cool. Quartering gets an editing team, you're like, oh my god, thank god. You know, maybe they'll speed up the videos or whatever. Maybe they'll like kind of cut them up, kind of make them more condensed, get to the point. I'm not saying he has to go under 10 minutes, but kind of, you know, keep the video moving, like make it flow better. But his editing team, it's just bare minimal stuff. Like when he talks about an article, they'll have like a little like slide transition where the article shows up on screen or whatever. And I'm like, I basically do that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, this is bare. I don't have any issue with him getting editors. I think he needs editors. But the editing that they're doing is just so basic. Does it really matter? Like, who fucking? Yeah. It's still the same.
And I mean, that's all fine. But like, why would you ask your viewers to help pay for those editors? Yeah, and it's like,
how much are you paying these guys? I mean, I'm sure.
Yeah, are you overpaying them?
I'm sure they're not scamming you. I'm sure you're telling them they're doing exactly what you're telling them to do. But how much are you paying these guys? They're literally. I mean, granted, I don't watch much of Quartering's content. Maybe they got a little flashier stuff going on, but when I watch it, it's like like an image will show up on screen and it'll like zoom in like gradually or whatever, and then it'll like zoom back to his face or something. But that's hard. Quartering could do that himself and not spend that much more time than he already does these days.
Yeah. And what I was saying is, I think the Quartering doing this kind of sets a bad precedent for like the viewers' expectations of like creators asking for Patreon money for editors, because I was recently watching Boundary Break, if anyone knows about that show.
Yeah.
And he right now does 2 videos a month, but he does everything himself, and he recently asked his followers to you know, go on his Patreon if they want weekly videos, so he could actually hire a team of editors, which would help him out a lot. And his videos are obviously a lot more in depth and time consuming than a Quartering video for sure. And he legitimately needs that. in order to make the videos more frequently and be able to pay the editors. And that I feel like that's a genuine use of asking your fans to help improve the product. But with the quartering, it's not like the uploads are coming out any faster because of the editors. It's not like he really needs them or anything like that. And just the way he's doing it, it kind of makes those people who legitimately need the editors, look a little bit bad because he looks bad.
By the way,
potentially.
Speaking of which, you guys want to see the pinnacle of fucking lazy, whatever you want to call it, like lazy content or whatever. Get a load of this, boys. All right. Where is it? Oh, fuck. Where's my room at? There we go.
Yeah.
This is a channel called The Quartering Daily, which he just made. Now, if you can see closely, I'm gonna go ahead and full screen this for you guys. Look at that. Take a look at that image quality in that profile picture. That's not my computer fucking up. Like I'll give it a little refresh.
Like you can see the sharpness of the text compared to
yeah. Zoom that in. Like, do you see the sharpness of the text and the image? Not only is it not centered right, which is pissing off my OCD, but the quality of the image. And you think that's the worst part, right? Let's go on this channel and see what's on here. It's called The Quartering Daily. I saw this and I'm like, what the
this
hell
is other channel.
Daily?
And by the way, this channel has performed so poorly, even though he asked his fans to go to it. Obviously, you can see by the views that he decided to privatize the sub count out of embarrassment.
No, poor
pulling a Tonka saw.
Well, what's the funny thing is you might be wondering. So what? He's doing a podcast now. I don't know if this is this like original content.
This is like a reverse clip channel.
He's taking from what I hear, he takes every video he records during a day because he does like fucking 50 videos a day or whatever. He posts those individually on his main channel, but then he'll like condense them all into a single hour-long video and put it up as like a podcast on his other channel.
Yeah.
Where
so it's like a reverse
hour
clip channel
of quartering fucking speak.
Yeah.
And it's just fucking AIDS.
Also, I like how he actually did the thumbnails for it with the first few, and then he gave up.
Yeah, he starts doing thumbnails, and some of them aren't that bad. But then he just gives up with the thumbnails, and these videos are barely struggling to pull 1,000. I remember let me see this one. What is this? What the hell is it?
Dude, did his new editor make that? Did his new editor?
Yeah, is this the new editing, the new team you've got that you've got to pay? What the fuck is this?
What's going on?
What is the music? What is it? What am I looking at?
Everyone, Jeremy here from The Quartering. Yes, I admit.
Meme war veteran. He wears that?
Oh my god. Fucking meme war veteran. This is the same guy that tweets out at like 3 in the morning. Why aren't my female fans sending me boob pics? Where he spelled it like BEWB like boob pics, boob pics, and he's like a grown man who spelled it that way. And I'm just like, no. Stop. Fucking stop. I gotta watch that again. Woo!
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering.
Hell yeah!
Oh, I'm so hyped
now
to
that's
watch
a quality
it. Hours straight of unedited content.
Augie, we should hire an editor to get an intro that good for After Hours, dude.
Hey, listen, alright? I know people make fun of all the fucking intros I do. But let me tell you something, alright? The one that I got today, fucking, where is it? This shit right here, this is fucking 10 times better. Fucking Quartering, hire me, alright? I know how to put some shit together. By the way, more shit is coming down the line. We're going to be working on a little bit of like an aesthetic to kind of brand the channel a little better. Kind of consolidate everything.
Time to rebrand the channel for January. Boy. Can't wait to see what February's rebrand is going to be.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. All right.
Dude, the March rebrand, though, that'll be good.
Yeah. Oh, man.
The monthly rebrand. Let's go.
Fuck off. Listen,
to be fair, it gets consecutively better over time. I mean, there's been some that seems like a step back, but generally it's a step forward each time.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I want to take a look at his fucking outro. Just because it's funny.
exercise, but it also makes the case stronger when you fight back against people who would try to dismiss your opinion because you're a quote-unquote hater. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.
Yeah! He is so lazy. Not only does he not do the thumbnails, but he doesn't even have like the subscribe and button video.
He got lazy, dude. He literally, he just puts them in his edit.
I can't get over this fucking music. Why is this? Why does this exist? I know I'm super like psychoanalyst.
Yeah, we're getting really nitpicky with the quartering.
I know.
It's just kind of funny how sloppy he is.
Why?
He's definitely like the most sloppy YouTuber I know. Like he just is just like turns on his OBS. Hi guys, look at this article. Clicks stop recording, sends it off to his editors. They're done in like 2 minutes. Uploads to his channel. Fucking the daily channel is like really sloppy. Doesn't even have a proper icon.
I just want to listen to that again.
I actually love that.
It's a pretty.
It kind of reminds. Have you played Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze?
Oh yeah, it does sound like a song.
Yeah, it reminds me of like the flute music in World 3, like the Savannah world.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
So I wrestled quartering Jimmy's tonight. I'm never using that phrase again. That didn't sound as good as I thought in my head. I know people use that. Like, yeah, I wrestled with Jimmy's.
Yeah, don't worry, it's not as bad.
Yeah,
as
I went
the
balls
Sonic
deep into the quartering the other day. Yeah, Sonic Forces reference, anyone?
I thought that would be way more clever in my head, and then it just came out as pure autism.
I was like, yeah, I wrestled with Jimmy's today, and then I was thinking, I was like, that doesn't sound right. Like, I know that's like a...
Yeah, you went balls deep into the quartering.
Yeah, so I went balls deep in the quartering today. Anyway, so 8 Thoughts made his video or whatever, and quartering responds, and he gets fucking triggered, as usual. This is not something I'm surprised about. But the response was just fucking pathetic, at least in my opinion. So I said, the quartering said, I spent the day helping another YouTuber. You spent the day worried about another man's cash and calling me a scammer. I'll sleep good tonight, bud. Keep being an alpha. And I'm just like, normal people, when they're in an argument, don't resort to bringing up a good deed that they did to look better in the confrontation. Like, I know that that's like you could classify that as nitpicky, but that's just such a dick move. Like, yeah, I'm a good person. I'm such a better person than you, man. I'm helping other people out while you're wasting time criticizing me. What a pathetic loop. It's like, dude, yeah, I've done good, believe it or not, I've done good things too. You'll never hear me talk about it unless I'm like, have to for some reason, in some certain context or whatever. That's not something I resort to, like, oh, you called me out? Well, let me just tell you how much of a good person I am today. To win the argument, to win, like, moral superiority over you. Because I'm that good of a guy. Trust me, guys. Quartering got fucking mad. He fucking... Where was it? Let me get this link.
Take my filthy money. Just have a backup plan.
It's AIDS because all of these are, like, quote tweets instead of actual replies, so you have to like put in new links and shit.
So quartering got fucking triggered at me. He's like, normal people, just no argument whatsoever. And I'm like, look at me, guys. I'm the good person. I help somebody on the internet. Anyone who criticizes me is just wasting their time. They could be doing good deeds like me. And I said, you're a joke, bro. We laugh at you every week at this point because you always say some dumb shit and can't handle it, basically. Now, I want to point out, he's got 57,000 followers, yet when he replies to me, pulls up 92 likes, and I reply to him, pull up 50 likes. I'm like, I get half of what he gets from a much smaller, it's just dead followers at this point. So of
Does he reply to that one?
He quote tweeted, no, of course not. What was he going to say? I fucking roasted him. But, I quote tweet that, and instantly his fans come in. Now, I know his quartering fans, we've like talked about them before. They're all fucking cringe lords and shit. But these ones were just, it was retarded, the arguments they were making. So, let's see, somebody here said, of course people were like, normal people? What do you mean by normal people? And I'm just, what are you talking about? Like, normal people don't talk about how much of a good person they are to win an argument. That's not something you normally do. Somebody said, he's using that as a point to address the fact that the other dude wastes his time.
Anytime anyone says anything about the quartering, he gets hella triggered. Kind of odd for an anti-SJW.
That sounds about right to me, you know? You make a video talk about blue hairs, and suddenly people are calling you out that aren't blue hairs, and you don't know how to deal with them, so you cry like a little bitch, because it kind of makes sense to me. Thank you for the 5, tipster. Very, very generous tonight. Yeah, let's read this comment. He's using that as a point to address the fact that the other dude wasted his time accusing him of being an e-beggar when he could have spent his day doing something productive like addressing actual issues. And I'm thinking, all of Quartering's content is talking about how cringy this person is, or how bad this thing is, or how bad this article is, or how bad this outrage culture is, and stuff like that. We've been there, we done that. How come when I do it, now it's a problem? You know what I mean? Somebody says, I know a few abnormal people then. Could you be more full of yourself? He helped somebody out, and you have to cry about it on the internet. How sad of a person could you be? Hold on, what? Do you know who you're simping over? The Quartering? We're doing the same thing. But when it comes at him, now you're full of yourself, buddy. Yeah, I can tell those fans are fucking neckbeards. They can't get over. One guy, and it was really funny, right? Somebody commented at me, and they were saying something like, he has over 600k subs, and you have 4k. You're a nobody and should feel blessed, he replied to you. And I'm like, as if, like, every time, like, there's genuine people who, like, every time, like, a YouTuber acknowledges their existence, they're like, oh my god.
Oh my god.
Believe it or not, I'm not saying, like, I'm, like, a fucking, like, superstar, but I don't genuinely, like, feel like that every time a big YouTuber replies to me.
Yeah, like,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, I'm used to this, alright? I'm Russell the Jimmies of all kinds of YouTubers and people on Twitter. What do you mean I should feel blessed because somebody replied to me with a bigger audience?
I can understand being starstruck, like, if you watch that person for a really long time, for example, and then they, like, acknowledge you, like, say Dick Masterson saying your show is good or whatever. Or being, like, excited about that, but being, like, fucking, like, excited or blessed just based off the principle that they have more numbers, like, there's this there's, like, this YouTuber
so
you've never heard
cringe.
of, comes in with 600k subs, oh, you should be blessed this guy fucking wastes his time with your shitty ass. Like, what?
I hit him back up with the golden roast. I said, I've had guys 10 times his channel size on my show before. You have 50 followers. You should feel blessed. I responded to you.
Oh, that's so good. Dude, I'm going back to that and retweeting, dude.
Hell yeah, dude. I fucking hit him back hard. Dude. He wasn't expecting that, too, because none of these people know who I am. They're just like, look at this cringy nobody. I'm like, dude, I've done more on this platform than you think, dude. People always see this, right? People see 4,000 subs. Obviously, you're irrelevant. Nobody cares about you and stuff like that. But what they neglect is that I'm a live streaming channel. So 4,000 subs, you know, for a video channel, it's not really that much. You're not really doing much with 4,000 subs. But for a live streaming channel, it's a different metric. You know, it's like a different scale you're dealing with here. So people look at the channel and they think it's like deceptive. They're like, 4,000 subs or whatever. But, you know, they might have bigger channels, but when they go live on their channels, you know, they're not pulling the same amount of support as I am. They're not getting the same guests or whatever that I am. You know what I mean? It's not me, like, tooting my own horn, although it might be a little bit. I'm just saying, you know, different metric, right? 4,000 for a stream channel. That's pretty all right. You know, I'll take what I can get. He replied to me, pulling out the excuse card. He wrote to me, he's like, well, my account isn't very old, and I'll have you know that I got suspended, and I needed to take a break, but I would imagine if you had big YouTubers on your show and you didn't benefit from subs, you must be terrible. Which just shows his ignorance, because we talked about this on Wednesday. Just because you have big people on your show or you get a big shout out or whatever doesn't mean you fucking get subs. It takes a little more than that. So,
the boomer mentality with shout outs.
Yeah.
If you're friends with popular people, you must have them.
Obviously. Yeah, obviously. If you know big people, well, you got big subs instantly. If you don't have big subs, you suck, dude. You're just ass.
When Keemstar was on here, his 5 million subs all immediately knew he was on here, came and watched, and stuck around. Or didn't stick around. All 5 million didn't stick around because they thought you were shit, dude.
No. I really failed this time. I had my big moment.
Literally 5 million live views.
Dude,
only fucking 4K stayed, dude. Dude, can you imagine a fucking YouTube live stream with 5 million people watching at once? That'd be fucking insane, dude.
Crusty, dude. That would be fucking shit.
I don't think has there ever been a live stream to crack 1 million views? I think that there might have like a couple
I think like
times,
back when Fortnite just came out and it was like a big craze. I think some Mexican dude streamed like 1 million stuff because he was speaking to, like, he was streamed like Spanish speaking people, so they have like less people to choose from in terms of like content. So they all tuned into him, and he broke like 1.1 million views on YouTube though. I think.
Oh, was that live viewers?
Yeah, live viewers concurrently.
Oh, damn.
1.1 mil. Yeah.
I don't think Twitch is any Twitch
like,
streamer has never.
English speaking Twitch and stuff like that. I don't think anybody's. People come close. I think like Ninja had like 800K one time or something, but fucking he sure doesn't get those numbers nowadays on fucking Mixer, boys. And not doing too well.
Dude, I remember when Tyler 1 got unbanned from League of Legends. He fucking his comeback stream had like so many fucking.
Did you
views,
say his cum stream?
No, I was gonna say come back, but then you interrupted me, so it only came out as come. But
all right, buddy. I was like, wait, are we talking about like the same stream here? Okay, his cum stream, yeah, it was a really big.
His cum stream was really big. But yeah, Tyler 1's great.
Yeah.
And now he's unbanned from League after being permabanned, which is pretty epic.
How did he get unbanned from League? Did you just like keep making new accounts and just piss
No,
him
what
off?
happened? He kept making accounts. What happened is typically someone never gets really unpermabanned from League. He's like one of the only cases. Basically, what happened is like all his fans were like harassing fucking Riot to unban him. Riot Games being the company who makes League. And like they went to like the esports tournaments and like made huge signs and like free Tyler 1 that like showed up in like the audience cam for the event. And then they even had to ban people from saying free Tyler 1 on the broadcast because everyone was like getting so rowdy, dude. And then eventually they're just like, we're gonna unban him, dude. This is a pain in the ass.
That's pretty funny.
And then they actually started bringing him on the fucking broadcast, so quite a 180, but yeah.
Alright guys, listen, we're about 10 minutes from closing time. I would go longer, but like I said, I kind of want a hard cap at the usual time because it's a giant ass kill stream tonight, and I am
yeah. We gotta hear Destiny talking 1,000,000 miles per hour.
Dude, the best episodes of Kill Stream are when Destiny's on. Like those episodes are fucking epic.
Dude, wait, has Destiny debated quartering before?
Yeah,
actually. I think they actually
it's funny you mentioned that. So one time, and this is where I gotta side with Destiny over their quartering. I know, fucking big surprise here, but one time, I think it was like earlier last year, Destiny like set up like a debate with quartering, and then quartering no-showed on purpose to be like, "Ha! You thought you were gonna have me on your show? Joke's on you! I no-showed, bitch!" And then it just like even his own fans were just like, "That was a fucking shitty move." So he then came on a later date, and they had a little scuffle there. But he tried to pull like a 180. He tried to like, basically like, if you remember like a long time ago, like Keemstar did that to Tommy. Like Tommy set up a debate with Keem, and then Keem was just like, "Bitch, I slept. I wasn't going on your show anyway." Quartering tried to do that, but like nobody thought it was like a badass. Nobody thought it was like, "Yeah, you really got him, Quartering. Well done." See, that's the thing, right? You can have people who hate somebody on the internet, but if you do something like that, like there's like a certain amount of respect people have for people who do live streams and people who do shows. Even if everybody hates your guts, if you set up an event and the other guy no shows, the audience who hates you already, they can at least look at that and be like, "Okay, listen, we hate your guts, but like that was unwarranted. We want to see some entertainment, and you just like deprived us of it, you know?"
Yeah, because that's like a disservice to the viewer as well, who's excited to see the thing.
Yeah,
because he's lying to the viewers, like his fans that he's going on to like
yeah,
kick
I'm sure his
ass.
fans were excited too, and then he tried to no-show, and then he showed up at a later date. He got his ass in line, but yeah, quartering debating is just. If you ever watch that Destiny debate, granted, I will say this about Destiny's debating. He's good at what he does. He's knowledgeable. He's a little slippery when he debates, though. And I've noticed, like, some of his tactics, he kind of... It's like... some of it's, like, almost like Donga tier debating. Where it's just, like, really debating on, like, semantics of words or whatever instead of, like, staying on point to, like, an actual issue. I'm not gonna... recently, I really haven't noticed him do that. But sometimes, it's not the most honest way to debate. It's still entertaining, and that's all what I really care about. You know what I mean? Yeah, he uses debate tactics. He really likes to trip you up or something, make you look like fucking stupid. But then again, that also like lies on your lap, right? Like you're supposed to go there and not look like an idiot. So it's both ways.
Yeah, I remember
I'm looking so.
I was asking like, did Destiny debate quartering? And then like right after I asked that question, I remember they did, and I actually listened to it. I think it was the first time I listened to the quartering, but it was such like an uneventful debate that I forgot it even happened. Because like he went on and then he started like sucking off Destiny, and I'm like, what?
He does that too. Like he does this all the time. He did it with Destiny. He tried to start up some drama with Keemstar and Medicare, which are like the two people of all the two people, if you were to
those are like the final bosses.
Here's the two people you don't fight with. All right, you can fight with Keemstar, but if you fight with him for dumb reasons, he will rip you apart. Boblax knows this firsthand.
Yeah, I kind of did.
But look, if you're gonna go at Keemstar, you gotta like have something like you gotta pin him down on something that just you cannot like have your mind changed on. If Courtney tried to start some gay drama with Medicare and Destiny, and he went on stream and he got them both on his stream, and he was just sucking their asses right at the start, and even Medicare was like, "Say something, pussy! Like you say all this shit on Twitter, but then when I'm on your stream, you just suck my ass." And then more recently with like Nick and Tommy on the kill stream. You know, when Nick went on the kill stream, I fairly remember, I'm fairly sure he did some like dick sucking to Tommy of all people. And we know Quartering does not like Tommy. Quartering's not a fan of Tommy, but it doesn't matter. Even if he's not a fan of you, he'll still try to suck your dick to try to, I guess, like win a debate. I don't fucking know. He's weird. He's kind of spineless in a way. The Destiny Medicare debate is so polite, it's hilarious. I think that's the only debate that even Destiny fans admit that he lost on. When him and Medicare
Red Fox was a comedian. Is that the origins of Red Fox comms?
Red Fox was... Oh, is that the origin? No, the origin story to Red Fox comms. That is like an... Oh, I'm trying to... Even I'm like a little blur in this. A lot of people think it's like a Sonic reference, which is... It's not. Even though like the icon is...
I thought
like
it was.
It's literally not. Like
Isn't it fucking... Red Tails commentaries, essentially?
No. Sonic had nothing to do with the name. The name came from some... It was a lot of like the original lore of RFC or Red Fox Comms comes from like debate club memes with me and my friends, because the channel originally started as like a video game channel with me and my buddies from debate class. So it was some debate joke. Oh, wait, I think I remember this now. Oh, I haven't thought about this story in a while. Okay, so it was freshman year of high school. It was either freshman year of high school or junior year of middle school. We were sitting in a congressional debate. Now, congressional debate, or student congress, you basically have a room of like 30 people who are the body, and then you have the presiding officer, who's also a student that's elected by the body to basically run the debate. So we had a presiding officer who was complete dog shit. He was fucking ass. Like, he was not taking anything seriously. He was fucking... he's basically like shit posting the entire time. And little autistic RFC sitting there in his fucking seat. I was ready to fucking talk about the real issues, you know what I'm saying? And so we're going to, like, the way it works is you have a list of, like, topics you can talk about. And right at the beginning of the debate, it goes on for 3 hours, but right at the beginning, before the 3 hours even start, you pick like 7 topics you want to run through in the entire course of 3 hours. And so you had some really good topics, but then you had some really like shitty ones that were just like complete non-issues or something that we've debated 1,000 times before. Like, I think like some of them were like really interesting, like policy debates, but then others were just like, should we ban gay marriage or something, which is just like, who the fuck gives a shit, you know? Like, we've debated this so many times. I'm like sick of this debate. Let's talk about something interesting. And there was one piece of legislation on there that was, should we make the red fox like the official fucking United States like animal of the fucking Congress or some gay shit? Some gay shit like that. It was like, should we make the red fox like the United States national animal? And I remember looking at that. I was looking at like the list of topics, and I'm like, why? Who cares? Nobody gives a shit about any of this. So we're going there to debate, like, what should we talk about? And I'm like, we should talk about all these policy issues. and everybody is like, haha, suck my dick. We're going to talk about gay marriage and the Red Fox. And I'm like, I hate all of you in here. I wish all of you fucking choked on a bullet and died. You are all retarded and wasting my time. I'm here for 3 hours, and you're telling me I have to sit in my seat for 3 hours and listen to us debate about what animal should be the national symbol of Congress. I don't care. I don't care if it's an eagle, if it's a red fox. I don't give a shit.
Did they make a good debate? Did they make a good argument?
No, and that was the worst part. The worst part. So I'm like, okay, so these are the topics we're given. Maybe I can salvage something out of this. Maybe we can have a somewhat intelligent conversation about these shit tier topics. So the debate begins, and an hour into it, it's just entirely shit posting. Not just by the presiding officer, but by everybody in the body. Everybody was just there to just meme and shit post. Now that might sound like a fun time. But I was dealing with, like, I needed experience, right? Because we were about, all tournaments are in debate class are just preparation for districts, which happens in February, which is the real tournament that you can compete to potentially go to nationals in. So I'm like, I need practice before I go to districts so that I can compete, so that maybe I can go to nationals. Because that's what you want to go. All debate is a year-long circle jerk of practice so that hopefully maybe you'll get to nationals. So I need real debate. I'm not here to fuck around or meme. I can do that on my own time with my own friends. I'm here to get legitimate practice. And everybody in this room is just memeing, they're shitposting, nobody's taking this seriously. They're literally breaking rules of the debate, like how long somebody's allowed to speak, and everybody's going up and giving stupid speeches. You keep in mind something like this. You only have 3 minutes to make your speeches in pro or con of the issue. So in 3 minutes, you gotta jam really good arguments in there because you only have 3 minutes to convince an entire body of retards. And nobody up there was taking full advantage of their 3 minutes. They were jerking themselves off and doing nothing productive. And so finally, 2 hours into this 3-hour debate, I stand up and I do motion to address the chamber, which is a signal you give to talk to the chamber. Presiding officer's like, yeah, go ahead. And I basically sat up there, 9th grade, 8th grade me, I forget what it was, autistic as hell, and I'm just like, all of you people can literally inhale my penis, alright? This debate is worthless, this sucks, none of you people value the art of debate, you can all literally die for all I care, and then I literally walked out of the room an hour early, and I left. And then I went to my teacher, and I ranted, and I'm just like, this was a complete total waste of my time, this literally sucked. I don't care that walking out of the room means I'm not going to get a little trophy, or I think even at that tournament, they weren't even giving out real trophies. They were giving out dog tags. I shit you not, dog tags. So I'm like, I don't even care if I get my little dog tag that I can look like a retard in. I don't care anymore. All right, this is a waste of my time. I could do 1,000 other things this Saturday that's like 10,000 times way more productive than talking about a red fox should be the national animal over the eagle.
I feel like we hit a nerve for like a traumatic memory.
You have reawoken anger in me that I have not felt in literally like 6 years.
Did you actually tell them to inhale your cock?
No,
though?
I didn't literally say that, but I said, basically, yeah. That, can you imagine if I did? The funny part
inhale my cock.
The funny part is, if I had said that, that would have been extremely unprofessional. But in this chamber, I don't think even the judges, who are all adults, I don't even, because the judges were the worst part too, because they're the people who are supposed to be like, hey, all of you people are acting like children, we're supposed to sit here and debate. The judges were just slacking off, they were probably asleep or doing retarded shit. If I had gone up and legitimately said that in those exact words, I literally think nobody would have kicked me out, even though they should have. That's how bad it was. It was AIDS.
And that's why your channel's called Red Fox Tom.
Yeah, right afterwards. Lol. I am tipster. After that, we made it like a meme, and it was funny to us. But at that moment, I was pissed as fuck. I was so mad, dude. Because I was like, you literally, we only do one debate a month. And it's like 3 months until district, and I need practice. And you've literally, now you haven't wasted an entire day or an entire 3 hours. You've literally wasted an entire month for me. So I literally hope you all get cancer and AIDS and you all die. You all suck.
Fuck! Augie just went sicko mode.
Yeah. What's that?
Good.
Hey, I got a good name for my channel. Yeah. So like 2 years later, me and my buddy from debate class were like, hey, let's make a YouTube channel about gaming. And we're like, okay, what should we call it? And I'm like, how about Red Fox Commentaries? Because, you know, It's funny because commentaries, we meant commentaries like gameplay commentaries, but later on when I actually did commentary, the name fits still, so it worked out in the end. Smart name. But yeah, people think it's a Sonic reference. Yeah, I fucking wish it was a Sonic reference. Now that I think about how autistic the actual origin story is, maybe a Sonic reference would be better. I don't know. But anyway, we got Destiny and Mike Enoch to get to. You heard me talking that fast. You're going to hear Destiny talking 3 times faster, and it's going to be way more, well, not way more fun. I put on a good show, but it's going to be exciting. I hope you guys enjoy. I did not expect to... Boy, whoever donated that really fucking... I don't know if they expected to piss me off that bad. But yeah, that's your little backstory.
Yeah, my username doesn't have as rich of a backstory as Red Fox Comms.
Really?
Actually,
Who
yeah,
wants to sit there and debate for an hour about an animal being a national symbol? I don't care if the national symbol is my asshole. It doesn't make a difference to me. Like, it literally, I could not care less what the national animal is. If it's an eagle, if it's a fox, if it's my dick, I don't care. All right? It doesn't matter. Thanks for watching episode number 163 of After Hours. Hit like if you enjoyed the show! Be sure to subscribe to Patreon. We'll be live. Not live. We'll be there recorded on Sunday. Tomorrow and Sunday, I got 2 videos coming out on this channel. They're going to be epic. They're going to be spicy. They're going to be juicy. I got to give a big shout out to people in the chat, especially today. But even before today, I was looking at the analytics for my channel. And, you know, we're only 10 months into the show, or 10 days into the show, that is. And people have been far more supportive than in previous months, and I've got to really give it to the chat. You guys are really coming through and making this a spectacular start to 2020, and I cannot wait to go forward and kind of see where we are, not just in a year from now, but in like a fucking month from now. You never know.
Or in 6 months when VidCon happens.
Oh, that's gonna be so fucking great. I can't wait for that.
Oh yeah.
Boblox, you want to plug your shit before we get out of here?
Yeah, subscribe to Boblox. New videos coming out a couple times a week. Hell yeah, dude. Pound that subscribe button with notifications on. I doubt there's anyone who watches this who isn't subbed to me, and if there is, fuck you. So yeah.
Well, there you go. New videos going on Boblox.
No, I'm pretty...
Nick Diori's got something posted up. I've got, of course, I'm always working on shit. You can't deny the grind this year.
Hell yeah, we're both grinding.
Bro, I've got videos, fucking show on Monday, bonus show on Sunday, literally just going balls to the wall right now, and I don't intend to stop. So, anyway, I'm gonna pop out.
Subscribe to Lord Vega.
Yes.
That's the #1 action you should do, and then all of my stuff, and then all of Augie's stuff. I was gonna say Augie's stuff first, but you know, I'm more important, so...
Alright, I'll talk to you later, man.
Can't prove it. Okay, see you later.
Yeah, more important my ass. More important my ass. I want to listen to some good tunes tonight. What songs do we got? How's this song sound? You know, I think that song sounds pretty good. Whatever that song is, I'm kind of like scrolling through it on my own time right now. There we go. Hey, I'll see you guys tomorrow.